SESportsnet.com live programming begins shortly. 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 SCSportsNet.com live programming begins shortly.
SC Sportsnet, the exclusive home for Greyhound sports.
Back to pass. Livingston lets it loose up the near sidelines, and he has Norman at the 40. Norman at the 30. Norman's going to go all the way for the Greyhound touchdown.
Geiger kicks it outside, and Geiger's going to score. Three wide receivers to the far side, back to pass. Gustafson's going to throw it out there in the slot again, and this is Wade Mills. He's going to get it for the touchdown.
Picked off by Wade Mills at the 35. Mills back across midfield. Mills at the 30. Cuts to the inside. He's at the 20. Wade Mills at the 15. The 10. The 5. Touchdown, Wade Mills.
SC Sportsnet is proud to bring you Shippensburg Greyhound football. Tonight, Shippensburg hosts the River Dell. SC Sportsnet, the exclusive home for Greyhound sports.
Back to pass. Livingston lets it loose up the near sidelines, and he has Norman at the 40. Norman at the 30. Norman's going to go all the way for the Greyhound touchdown.
Geiger kicks it outside, and Geiger's going to score. Three wide receivers to the far side, back to pass. Gustafson's going to throw it out there in the slot again, and this is Wade Mills. He's going to get it for the touchdown.
Picked off by Wade Mills at the 35. Mills back across midfield. Mills at the 30. Cuts to the inside. He's at the 20. Wade Mills at the 15. The 10. The 5. Touchdown, Wade Mills.
SC Sportsnet is proud to bring you Shippensburg Greyhound football. Tonight, Shippensburg hosts the River Dell Hawks. Shippensburg Greyhound football on SC Sportsnet is presented by the Kramer Insurance Agency and brought to you by New Life Painting, Kathy's Deli, Premier Events, The News Chronicle, Rita's of Shippensburg, and Chamberlain's Pest Control. Now it's time for the Greyhound Countdown to Kickoff. Live from Veterans Stadium at Memorial Park in Shippensburg, here's Scott Smith, Rob Ebersole, and J.D. Davidson.
The Friday Night Lights are on Thursday night as Shippensburg Greyhound football is back home. Tonight, the Greyhound opponents are the Golden Hawks of River Dell, New Jersey. Hi, everybody. Welcome into SC Sportsnet coverage with J.D. Davidson alongside partner Rob Ebersole. I'm Scott Smith, and it's been a short week for the Shippensburg Greyhounds, Rob, after a disappointing upset loss at the hands of the Waynesboro Indians last night. It'll be interesting to see what the Hounds bring to the party tonight.
Yeah, they just were outplayed on both sides of the ball. Shippensburg could not take advantage of any mistakes that Waynesboro had, and they just really got outplayed. And talking to Coach Faust this afternoon, that's what he said. We just got outplayed on both sides of the ball. So they're going to have to rebound quickly. A short week, like you said, against a pretty good opponent from New Jersey.
The Shippensburg offense just last week could not get untracked, and the defense was back on their heels all night long. Waynesboro came to play, and Shippensburg just couldn't play catch-up at all.
Yeah, I talked to Coach about the injuries, and he said Van Sock's been banged up for a couple of weeks, but he will start, obviously. And he also said that Adam Hauser, as I asked him about playing time and how you determine that, he said, well, this is probably the game he's going to play more because he's almost healed with that ankle injury.
Well, Riverdale, the Golden Hawks are part of the North Jersey Super Division, which is up close to New York City. They are in the Patriot Gold section of that Super Conference, and they've had quite a record over the last few years.
They sure have, and they were 10-2 last year. They had to replace 16 starters, and they've started out 3-0 this year. Two of the games have been decided in the last second. Jack Gillies, their place kicker, kicked a field goal to win the game last week, and they only won by 1 point the first week. But let's talk about David Estevez, the quarterback, and he's the dude that is going to cause a lot of damage if Shippensburg isn't ready for him tonight.
He's already put up some great big numbers in the first 3 games of the year.
He sure has. I have his stats for the year, and I think you have the ones from last week. But on the year, he's 22 of 32 passing, 564 yards, and 5 TDs. And he's also rushed 36 times for 336 yards and 6 more TDs. So he's quite the athlete. We're going to call his name a lot tonight.
Yeah, he's a Division III recruit. Last week he just put up 226 yards of multiple offense with 2 scores and that 23-20 last-second victory over Westwood. I think we go back and take a look at Shippensburg, and one of the things that's been missing from the Shippensburg offense is the fact that Carter Van Syok hasn't thrown a touchdown pass in the last 2 games.
No, he hasn't, and he's just been under pressure for all 4 games. The offensive line at times has done a good job, but a lot of times they have not, and he's had to rush his throws. He's been forced out of the pocket, and he just hasn't been able to find any receivers to throw the ball to.
Well, and I would imagine that Coach Faust Rob's looking for some more balance again tonight. I just think he'd like to get 4 quarters out of this ball club.
Well, there's no doubt about it, and obviously he hasn't had that happen in the first 4 games of the year. Adam Hauser, as I mentioned, we talk about this every game, about how big of a playmaker he is offensively, and let's see what he's able to do on that ankle tonight. And again, if that happens, that just really helps that whole offense for Shippensburg.
Well, this is the first time this New Jersey ball club has crossed the Delaware River to play football. Maybe that's to our advantage. They had about a 4.5-hour bus ride to get here today. And they were here out in the field when we came in this afternoon, Rob. They're out on the far sidelines in their white and gold and black uniforms. The Shippensburg Greyhounds have just taken to the gridiron here at Veterans Stadium. More on our Countdown to Kickoff show right after these messages.
You have auto insurance because, let's face it, stuff happens. And then you feel punished with a rate hike after filing a claim? Erie Rate Lock changes all that. With Rate Lock from Erie Insurance, your low rate stays great until you change cars, drivers, or your address. Your Erie agent in Shippensburg is Carl Kramer Insurance. Get a quote at 717-530-8600.
Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage. Insured must meet necessary underwriting guidelines. Premium may change if you make policy changes. Not all products are offered in all states. Patent pending.
For breakfast, lunch, or dinner, Kathy's Deli, West King Street in Shippensburg is the place. Delicious breakfast selections, and for lunch and dinner, create your own sandwiches, hoagies, wraps, or salads. 3 hot soups as well as a hot meal special are available every day. Plus, Kathy's fresh baked goods and delicious dessert specials are the best. Voted #1 since 2004. Enjoy wonderful hometown atmosphere, delicious food, and friendly service at Kathy's Deli, West King Street in Shippensburg. Your next breakfast, lunch, or dinner should be at Kathy's Deli.
Advantage ChemDry understands that your pets are an important part of your family. But what happens when they cause messes? We have a revolutionary pet urine removal treatment that's specially formulated to eliminate urine odors. We offer full evaluations, including treating your subfloor, carpet, padding, and new flooring replacement. Stop being embarrassed by your pet's accidents and call me, Ashley, at 717-532-8676. Or visit us online at AdvantageChemDry.com. Get $20 off your pet urine removal treatment.
Countdown to Kickoff continues from Shippensburg's Veterans Stadium Memorial Park. Tonight, the Greyhounds on Thursday night take on the River Dell Golden Hawks. This Shippensburg Marching Band has taken to the gridiron here to play the alma mater, followed by the national anthem shortly.
Real quick, Scott, in case people are wondering how they ended up playing Riverdale, I asked Coach Faust today, and he said that he couldn't find anybody in Pennsylvania that had an open date for Week 5, so he said he advertised. I didn't ask him where he advertises that type of thing, but Riverdale answered and said they'd be willing to play. So that's how Riverdale got into the conversation on the schedule.
You know, this is a ball club that has quite a history, perennial playoff favorite, playoff team in New Jersey. Go back, clear back to the mid-2000s, Rob, and they participated in some form of playoff every year.
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting tonight. I'm sure Coach Faust has looked at some films and everything, but this is a team, obviously, that, hardly any track record to look at. I mean, look, you said about the history, but they don't know what they're going to do until it happens, and that sometimes is not a good thing because Shippensburg, it's going to be a tough thing for them to rebound after that loss last week.
More in our Countdown to Kickoff show after these messages.
Hey, insurance companies that want to spend $1 gazillion on funny TV ads can go right ahead, as long as it's not my money paying for it. For seriously good auto, home, business, or life insurance, I go to Erie Insurance, where a great price is just the start. You get unbelievable service, independent agents you can really trust, and superior products. But don't just take it from me. Talk to your local Erie agent.
Your Erie agent in Shippensburg is Carl Kramer Insurance. Get a quote at 717-530-8600.
Your complete quality satisfaction is unconditionally guaranteed. That's the backbone that New Life Painting of Shippensburg has built their business on since 1998. New Life Painting has been providing Central Pennsylvania residential and commercial painting at its best. Keith and Chris Carroll welcome the opportunity to discuss your next painting project with a free on-the-spot estimate, and your satisfaction is the center of their quality work. Give them a call at 423-5577, and you'll soon learn what satisfaction and guaranteed is all about.
To the national anthem, we'll have a few minutes before the start of the game, and J.D. Davidson's joining me to talk a little bit about the game tonight and expectations.
Well, I don't know what to expect. I've never seen this team play before, so everybody's going to be in for a new experience. But it sounds like they got a good pedigree behind them coming into this game. But they're sort of in the same situation we are. They graduated 16 starters from last year, and we were missing a lot of starters from last year. So both teams are, trying to improve and keep the winning tradition going at both schools. Yeah, and
I should ask Coach Faust, and I didn't. Is how do you rebound on a short week after getting beat as bad as they did to play another good football team? And I don't know what the answer is.
Well, there's probably one thing. It is a short week. One less day to think about the loss from last week and so forth. But, it's one of those things. We're dealing with high school kids. They probably have forgot about that loss probably by Sunday at the latest, I would have thought, until the coaches reminded them in the film session on Monday afternoon and so forth. So Shippensburg definitely got to play better than they did last week. They didn't tackle well, and the game got out of hand in the second half. They had a couple turnovers from Waynesboro in the first half. They turned one of them into the touchdown. The second one they turned over on downs, but you thought they should have kicked the field goal. Hindsight's 20/20. Maybe they should have tried to kick a field goal then at that point in time, just to put some points on the board and so forth. But they had some opportunities and came up empty. They did get one in the second half. So hopefully they can, like you guys I heard talking earlier, they need to put 4 quarters together. That's one thing that the Shippensburg team has yet to do this year. Now they put 4 quarters together defensively against Chambersburg the second week of the season, but offensively they've been sputtering occasionally.
Thank you, J.D. Shippensburg won the toss, so they will receive. And so we'll get the offense out in the field first, Scott, and got to protect the quarterback and see if Hauser is healthy, and then go from there.
Yeah, I think that's probably a good thing. Get Shippensburg's offense on the field first and see how they can perform against this Riverdale bunch.
Van Sock, 43 of 88, 609 yards, averaging 14 yards per pass, 51% completion. They're not too bad, but you look at the receiving. I mean, just not a lot of people. Like the leading receiver is Freidinger with 12 in 4 games. So that that's only 3 a game. That's not a lot. And then after that, it's Gustafson with 7. So really got to get the passing going. And I think again with Hauser out in the field tonight, it should help.
Dropping back for Shippensburg is Adam Hauser, and the opening kickoff on SC Sportsnet, powered by Kramer Insurance, is sponsored by Rita's Ice Custard Happiness. Call 532-9886 for cool catering. Rita's Ice Custard Happiness. Teeing up the football for Riverdale is Jack Gillies, who's their place kicker. Sun's going to cause us a little bit of a problem here before it sets tonight. Glad to have you along on this Thursday night special on SC Sportsnet. Pull up a chair, enjoy yourself. Greyhound football. as Adam Hauser awaits Gillies' kickoff, and we'll get this one underway. There's the opening whistle. And Gillies approaches the ball and sends a short end-over-end kick out to the 25-yard line, where it's picked up by Christian Melendez. And Melendez turns across the 30 and is forced out of bounds at the 35-yard line by David Fletcher for the Golden Hawks, and Shippensburg will have pretty decent field position to get things started at the 35-yard line. Of course, led in there by senior quarterback Carter Van Syok, 6'3", 191-pounder. Hounds will move left to right and have running room to the far side of the field. Nick Gustafson will deploy to that side. The slot comes to the near side. Torres and Hauser in the backfield split behind Van Syok, and the handoff goes to Philip Torres, who hits right into the middle of the line, and he'll get 1 yard out to the 36-yard line before he's upended by Jaden Michael. 2nd down and 9 for the Hounds. Fairly decent crowd on hand for this game tonight, and a beautiful evening for football. A little bit of a breeze blowing straight out of the north, straight into the face of the Greyhounds here in this first quarter. Again, the backs are split with the slot to the near side. 2-step drop and a throw out to the far side to Nick Gustafson, who makes the catch out at the 41-yard line, picking up 5 yards on that little quick out pattern. Jack Racine on the tackle, so it'll be 3rd down and 4 for Shippensburg.
Obviously, that's a good way to try to offset any kind of pass rush. Just a 2-step drop and a quick pass out to the flat to Gustafson.
This time with running room to the near side of the formation. Freidinger comes to the near side. Under center, 3rd down and 4 for the Hounds. Back to pass is Van Syok, and he completes it up the near sideline to Kane Freidinger, who turns around the edge, crosses midfield, moves the chains. Shippensburg has a 1st down at the River Dell 48-yard line. Nagai on the tackle. But nice little down and out pattern to Kane Freidinger, picking up that 1st down for the Hounds.
Yeah, Freidinger did a nice job after he caught the ball, able to cut up field and for a good gain.
Freidinger to the near side, Gustafson to the far side. Brown in the slot, and the handoff straight ahead to Adam Hauser that time. He'll get a couple of yards down close to the 46-yard line. Aaron Furneaux on the tackle. 2nd down and 8 for Shippensburg at the Golden Hawk 47. Running room to the far side as Van Syok looks over the defense. Under center. Back to pass. 3 steps, and he throws out to the near sideline and completes it down at the 40-yard line. Kane Freidinger making the reception for the Hounds as Tyler Malachi makes the stop. Kane is down to the just across the 40-yard line, so it's going to be 3rd down and less than 1, and I believe they're going to bring the chains in from the far side of the field to do a measure.
Well, interesting start to the game, Scott, is they're going with those quick out passes. It's 3 in this drive, and worked pretty well. Van Syok is getting rid of the ball real quickly, and he's finding his receivers open.
Yeah, he's just taking a couple-step drop from under center, and he's been able to complete 3 successive passes here and give Shippensburg good 1st down yardage close to the 39-yard line of River Dell. And they stretch out the chains, and it's 1st down Shippensburg.
I just looked at one of the reasons, and maybe Carter's trying to get rid of the ball quickly because of the nose tackle, Asim Green, 6'2", 330.
Wonder what he eats for breakfast.
How much? Wow.
1st and 10, Shippensburg at the 39 of Riverdale. Hounds on the move here. This drive started at their 35-yard line. Gustafson has his back split. Running room to the far and the slot to the near. The takeaway and the handoff to Hauser, who bangs it outside, tries to turn up the far edge, and he is dropped behind the line of scrimmage by Mike Sirico for about a yard loss. So we'll call it 2nd down and 11.
Yeah, Sirico, 5'8", 140, and that was a nice tackle. As Hauser, I thought, had kicked it to the outside, and he was getting ready to turn the corner, but that was a nice tackle.
Freininger comes to the near side. Gustafson wide to the far. 2nd down 11 for Shippensburg. Back to pass, 2-step drop, looks to the near sideline for Freininger as he pushes off the coverage, but the pass is just overthrown. Tyler Malachi on the coverage. Pass falls incomplete, and it'll be 3rd down and 11.
There was definitely some contact, but no penalty flag.
So 3rd down and long, first time for Shippensburg on this opening drive. 9:09 left to go here in the first quarter. If you're just joining us, it's a Thursday night, and yes, it is high school football. Freininger comes to the near side with running room to that side. This time, Carter Van Syak will have Torres and Hauser on either side of him from the gun. 3rd and 11. Draw play to Adam Hauser, and Hauser will get the ball down to the 35-yard line, picking up 6 yards before he's met in there by Sean Burke. So it'll be 4th down now and about 6 for the Hounds. Ball just at the 35-yard line. Running room to the near side. The slot to that side. Again from the gun with Hauser and Torres in the backfield. Van Syak with the takeaway. Wants to throw. Steps and throws over the middle and completes it, but it's going to be shy of the 1st down as the ball is fumbled. Well, that's going to be close enough for the 1st down, and that's going to move the chains for the Greyhounds.
Yeah, that was Stauffer, and I think his second effort there, Scott, he kind of fought off the tackler before he was brought down, and that's a great second effort for Stauffer.
So the Hounds pick up the 1st down and a nice pass to Stauffer. Ball down at the 28-yard line. Hand off inside to Philip Torres, who slides off of left tackle. And he scoots down to close to the 25, maybe the 24-yard line. Let's call it the 23-yard line. Mike Sirico on the stop. But that's a 6-yard pickup, 2nd down and 4.
Torres coming into the game as the leading rusher for Shippensburg, 218 yards and 51 carries.
Hounds have an impressive opening drive going here. Backs are split this time as Van Syak's under center. He hands off to Adam Hauser, who slides into the right side of the line and moves the ball down close to the 20-yard line. Going to be about a yard shy on the carry. 3rd down and 1. Aaron Furneaux on the tackle. So a very manageable 3rd down and 1 for Shippensburg. Running room to the near side of the formation. Hounds moving left to right here in the first quarter. Hand off to Philip Torres, and he slides off of left guard, and that'll move the chains one more time for the Shippensburg Greyhound. Another 1st down on this drive. On the ground and in the air, and Shippensburg's moving the ball, partner.
Yeah, Murphy on the tackle, and the thing they're doing consistently is really quick hitters. They're handing the ball off quick throws from Van Syak and keep this defense off.
Ball down close to about the 16-yard line. Hard to see where we're staring right into the sun. Here's a counter play into Adams, Hauser, and he gets the ball down close to the 15-yard line. Mike Sirico on the tackle along with Connor Murphy. It'll pick up a couple. 2nd down and 8. Really tough to see where the ball is on the field. Down close to the 15. Running room to the near side. And Syak under center with the takeaway. Steps and throws and out to the near side to Adam Hauser, who crosses the 10. Up and over an intended tackler down to the 5, and it'll be 1st and goal, Shippensburg. Adam Hauser went up in the air over Mike Malachi, and it's 1st and goal, Shippensburg, inside the 5-yard line.
Don't see that often in high school football. That was a nice leap over the defender and almost enough for the touchdown.
Hounds break the huddle. Freininger to the near side, slot to the far, running room to the far side. Backs are split as Van Sykes under center. This is Philip Torres, who is off of left guard, churns those feet, and he's in for the touchdown. Philip Torres from, we're calling it JD, 3 yards out. for the Shippensburg score in an impressive opening drive, which took over 6 minutes.
Wow.
65 yards.
And a nice mix of passing and running. And that was a very, very nice opening drive.
Sterling Shetter to attempt the point after out of Christian Melendez's hold. Ball is down. Shetter's kick is up. And it's no good, wide to the far side of the goalpost. But the Hounds score on their opening drive with 5:55 left to go in the quarter at Shippensburg 6 and River Dell nothing.
You have auto insurance because, let's face it, stuff happens. And then you feel punished with a rate hike after filing a claim? Erie Rate Lock changes all that. With Rate Lock from Erie Insurance, your low rate stays great until you change cars, drivers, or your address. Your Erie agent in Shippensburg is Carl Kramer Insurance. Get a quote at 717-530-8600.
Rate lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage. Insured must meet necessary underwriting guidelines. Premium may change if you make policy changes. Not all products are offered in all states. Patent pending.
That was impressive, partner. Nice job by the Shippensburg offense.
15 plays, 65-yard scoring drive to open up of the game.
Dave Fletcher back deep. And Shetter will tee the football up at the Shippensburg 40-yard line. Frunai, we're going to call that Matt Frunai, along with Kieran Hughes. A wait. The Shetter kick. But that's what Shippensburg's really needed after last week's loss. Shetter approaches the ball. It's a short end-over-end kick taken at about the 32-yard line. And nice coverage by the Greyhounds as the return man gets the ball out to maybe the 35. I believe that was Jack McGrinder. And there's a penalty marker down. And we have unsportsmanlike conduct against Shippensburg, and that's going to cost him 15 yards. James Monahan on the tackle.
Yeah, I didn't see that at all. Of course, it is hard to see
Nope.
that. Oh,
Now they say against the Blackhawks, or the Golden Hawks. So that ball is walked back to inside the 25-yard line, down to about, what, guys, the 22?
22-23, yep. Yeah, the referee definitely signaled against Shippensburg at first.
So here comes Dave Estevez and the Golden Hawks. Dave Fletcher is the lone setback. Estevez steps and throws and completes the pass up the far sideline to Jack Racine. Racine gets the ball out close to the 25, maybe 26-yard line. Austin Kozier on the tackle. Quick 5-yard pickup, second down and 5.
Estevez, a senior, only 5'10", 190.
They have 3 wide receivers to the near side. Estevez will work from the gun with Racine in the backfield, running room to the near side as the Hawks move right to left here in the first quarter. Estevez hands off to his running back, Dave Fletcher. And Fletcher will get the ball out close to the 29-yard line. On the bottom of the pile for Shippensburg was Eddie Ocker. Picks up about 3. It'll be third down and about 2. No huddle offense. And we've got movement before the snap. Let's see. I believe this is going to go against Shippensburg. Yep, encroachment will give the Golden Hawks a first down out at the 34-yard line. That sun's going to hit those pine trees very shortly. This time in the backfield, it's Jack Racine. They stack up Racine behind Dave Fletcher in an I formation. Estevez from the gun. Fakes a handoff and decides to keep it himself. He faked it to the fullback. That was Fletcher. But Estevez into the line will get well, maybe 2 yards, just across the 35, where it'll be 2nd down and 8. Gabriel Long making the tackle. This time Malachi sets up to the far side of the formation. In fact, they have 3 wide receivers to that side. Estevez fakes the handoff and then tosses the football to Jack Racine, who tries to turn up the far edge. And he's going to be forced out of bounds out close to the 39-yard line by Gabriel Long for Shippensburg. That's a couple more yard pickups, so we'll call it 3rd down and about 4.
Estevez does a nice job faking from his quarterback position. Faked a couple times before he pitched out to the running back on the right side.
This time they put trips to the near side, which is where the running room is. Estevez, nobody in the backfield. From the gun. The senior quarterback barks signals. He wants to throw, steps and throws, and completes it up the far side to Ryan Berninger. And Berninger will move the chains as he goes out of bounds at the 48-yard line of the Golden Hawks. Nice little down and out pattern and a quick throw by Estevez, making the completion and giving the Hawks a 1st down. Naz Minor on the coverage for Shippensburg. This time 3 wide receivers to the near side, 2 to the far, so it's an empty backfield for Estevez. Barking signals 1st and 10, and he's going to carry the football. Puts his head down and gets the ball out close to midfield before he is pushed back by the Greyhounds' defensive wall. Picks up 2, 2nd down and 8 as they put the football just on the 50-yard line stripe. James Monahan on the tackle.
Shippensburg's done a pretty good job so far, Scott. They been pretty much on the ball whenever they waited a little bit to see what Estevez was going to do. Then Monahan made a nice tackle after a short gain.
This time they have Connor Murphy in the backfield. And now they're going to call a timeout. Little confusion there to get in the play in. 2:34 left to go in the first quarter. Shippensburg leads River Dell by a score of 6-0.
Premier Events West Orange Street in Shippensburg is the place to go for excellent upscale food and service in the Shippensburg area. Premier Events is a premier banquet and special events facility that offers catering for all occasions in their beautiful chandelier-lit banquet room. All their delicious food is freshly prepared and can be served on or off-site at your chosen location. Call them today at 532-2279 to book your party and let your next event be a premier event.
So after the timeout, Riverdale will have the football at midfield, 2nd down and 8.
Quick moving first quarter there, partner.
So Riverdale comes out with a double wing formation this time and 2 wide receivers. The lone setback is Connor Murphy. He stands to the far side of Estevez from the gun. Estevez wants to throw, looks over the middle, long throw down the far sideline for Jack Racine is well overthrown and incomplete.
Well, Racine had a couple steps on Hauser and Austin Kozer, but fortunately Estevez overthrew his receiver.
So it'll be 3rd down and 8 now for the Golden Hawks.
He does have a nice arm, though.
Yes, he does.
Sure, he threw that ball on a spiral, but just too far.
They break the huddle, and this time have trips to the near side and 2 wide receivers to the far. Nobody in the backfield with Estevez from the gun. Steps back, wants to throw, eludes a little bit of pressure. Now he's going to run the football, spins out of 1 tackle, still churning his feet, and he's going to pick up the 1st down across the 45 and in Shippensburg territory at the 42-yard line. Great running by the senior quarterback, picking up the 1st down, and great second effort. Trevor O'Donnell finally made the tackle, but he spun out of 1 Greyhound tackle at the 45-yard line, and that enabled him to pick up the 1st down.
He's shown some strength there from the quarterback position and turned a loss into a 1st down.
This time Fletcher's in the backfield with 3 wide receivers to the far side, running room to the far side. Estevez fakes the handoff to Fletcher and then spins into the center of the line and gets the ball across the 40 down to about the 37-yard line. Gabriel Long making the tackle. He'll pick up almost 4 on the carry. 2nd down and 6. 1:40 left to go in the first quarter. Hounds lead at 6-0 on an opening yard scoring drive.
Yeah, and Long was waiting for Estevez, but still got, like you said, almost 4 yards.
This time they have Murphy and Fletcher stacked in an I. And also in the backfield is Matt Frunjai. 3 men stacked up behind Estevez. And Estevez wants to run. He's going to turn up the near side, trying to turn the corner. He'll pick up a couple of yards and be brought down at the 35-yard line by Gabriel Long and Colby Tracy for Shippensburg, where it'll be 3rd down and about 3. So he had plenty of blockers out in front, but the Greyhound defense did a nice job of shutting Estevez down that time.
Estevez is a nice runner. He did looked and kind of waited a second to see if there was an opening and finally got a couple yards.
As the Golden Hawks move right to left, they send trips to the far side. Single wide receiver to the near side. Fletcher, the lone setback, again from the gun. The handoff goes to Fletcher, and he'll move the chain, still on his feet inside the 30, down inside the 25. Great running by David Fletcher. Finally wrapped up from behind by James Monahan, but my gosh, he carried Monahan for about 6 yards.
He sure did. Fletcher only listed 5'11", 180. So, and Monahan is 205, but I'll tell you what, he went for a little ride there.
1st and 10 for the Golden Hawks at the Shippensburg 24-yard line, and 15 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. Shippensburg scored on the initial drive of the ball game, and the Golden Hawks are on the move here in this first quarter, down at the 24-yard line. Estevez fakes a handoff, throws over the middle, looking on a little down and in pattern for Ryan Berninger, but the pass was thrown low and incomplete as the first quarter comes to an end. So Shippensburg has put 12 in the books, and they lead the River Dell Golden Hawks by a score of 6-0.
Your complete quality satisfaction is unconditionally guaranteed. That's the backbone that New Life Painting of Shippensburg has built their business on since 1998. New Life Painting has been providing Central Pennsylvania residential and commercial painting at its best. Keith and Chris Carroll welcome the opportunity to discuss your next painting project with a free on-the-spot estimate, and your satisfaction is the center of their quality work. Give them a call at 423-5577, and you'll soon learn what satisfaction and guaranteed is all about.
So we've paid 12. Shippensburg took the initial kickoff and drove it 65 yards for the score, and Riverdale with the second reception of this first quarter, and they're on the move now as we begin quarter number 2. And here's my partner and cousin, Rob Ebersole.
Thank you, Scott.
Oh, wow. That's impossible to see.
So it's 2nd and 10 as the other officials are finally going to join the party. They bring the football with them, which is a pretty important thing. So the 24-yard line of Shippensburg, 2nd and 10, Estevez, empty backfield. 3 receivers to the far side. Here's the snap, and Estevez back to pass. Now he's scrambling, and he's going to run around the right side. Estevez 25, 20, 15, 10, and knocked out of bounds, and we're going to have a flag for a late hit. Ethan Stauffer with the hit, and I'm not sure if he was the one that they're going to call the penalty on, but that was a clear hit out of bounds, and it'll be 1st down and goal to goal for Riverdale.
Yeah, Estevez did a nice job as Shippensburg put some pressure on him, and he was able to work out of that and then scramble up the far sideline for the 1st down.
Estevez with the empty backfield, and he just waited and looked for somebody open and tucked the ball down and ran over the right side. That was a nice run, and the officials are still talking, and now they pointed to Riverdale, didn't they? So this is the second time I think that the officials pointed to the wrong team, but they definitely.
Yeah,
they did.
They walked off against Riverdale.
Wow. I mean, it clearly from here.
Another personal foul against Riverdale.
Looked like there was a late hit out of bounds. Didn't you think so?
I certainly thought so. Oh, another break for the Hounds.
That's crazy. Yeah, well, we're never going to hear that.
I don't know, but the officials are still talking about it.
Yeah, because
I think it's going to be a first down for Riverdale, I believe.
And the head coach is out on the field asking J.D. Nymphius, his 14th year as the head coach, and he's asking what happened.
Maybe he'll be sorry he got in the boat and came across that Delaware River.
Well, that's what they're going to call it.
And makes it 2nd down and 10, partner.
Okay. This is one of the times where I wish the officials had mics explain that. They're still not. They're still talking. Okay, there's the whistle. So we'll try again.
Ball's at the
24.
Yeah.
Estevez again. Empty backfield. 1 wide receiver to the far side and 3 to the near. Estevez looks to throw. Now he's running his left, being chased out of the pocket. Flag down. Estevez still on his feet. Inside to 10. Inside or close to the 5-yard line, but I believe that's going to be a hold and it will come back. But another nice run by the quarterback. Trevor O'Donnell on the stop, but that's going to be hold against Riverdale, I believe. What it looked like to me.
Tell you what, there was some great pressure by Christian Bortz, who forced Estevez out of the pocket and forced him to run the football up the far side of the field. But you're right, 10 more yards being walked off against the Golden Hawks.
Yeah, and the head coach is still out on the field. I wonder the officials aren't telling him to get in the sideline. He's still out in the playing field. I don't know. Not even saying anything to him. So it's 2nd down and 21. Just underway here in the second quarter. Setback is Fletcher. Estevez hands it to Fletcher. Fletcher breaks 1 tackle, breaks 2 tackles, and he's into the secondary. 10-5. Brought down, I believe that was Adam Hauser to save a touchdown.
Well, how did he get through there, Rob? I thought he was stopped at the line of scrimmage.
Broke a tackle and broke another tackle and then used some speed to break to the outside, and it's first down and goal to go from the 4-yard line.
Wow, they turned a 2nd and 21 into a 1st and goal.
Fletcher behind Estevez again. And they run into one another. Estevez is going to get tackled behind the line of scrimmage. That was Kane Freidinger, so a little bit of confusion in the backfield will result in a loss of the play. And it'll be 2nd down from the 6-yard line. So Fletcher and Estevez didn't communicate very well. So reinforcements coming in for the Golden Hawks. And Estevez looking over the sideline for the play. Now the running back's in an eye behind Estevez. 2nd down and goal. And a flip. This is to Fletcher. Fletcher the far side, and he's going to be short of the goal line. Is the option to Fletcher to the far side. Ethan Stauffer drags down Fletcher, and it'll bring up a 3rd and goal to go at the 1-yard line. And Estevez, quarterback keeper, and a touchdown. So at the 9:50 mark here of the second quarter, Estevez with a 1-yard quarterback keeper, and we're tied at 6.
Impressive drive after they were faced with a 2nd down and 21, which they were able to convert into a 1st and goal and then they just forced it into the end zone to tie this ball game.
So the kicker is Jack Gillis. The hold is Dave Estevez. Kick is up, and the kick is good. 9:50 remaining into half. It is 7-6 River Dell.
Hey, insurance companies that want to spend a gazillion dollars on funny TV ads can go right ahead, as long as it's not my money paying for it. For seriously good auto, home, business, or life insurance, I go to Erie Insurance, where a great price is just the start. You get unbelievable service, independent agents you can really trust, and superior products. But don't just take it from me. Talk to your local Erie agent.
Your Erie agent in Shippensburg is Carl Kramer Insurance. Get a quote at 717-530-8600.
So a 17-play, 80-yard scoring drive, 1-yard dive by Estevez. And they take a 7-6 lead. That was a long, long drive by 8 minutes on the clock, the Golden Hawks.
Well, both teams have had one possession, and they've scored out of it. So
Philip Torres is back. Adam Hauser is back. Waiting the kick of Gillis, I would assume.
Well, you just don't see drives like that in high school football, do you?
No, you sure don't. 8 minutes. So Hauser's back at his own 5-yard line. Now, the first kickoff from Gillis didn't go very far. Gillis, a sophomore. There's a end kick and one of the up men for Shippensburg. And he's into the secondary.
It's Melendez.
Melendez. He breaks another tackle over midfield into Riverdale territory. Finally knocked out about the 40-yard line. And what a return by Christian Melendez.
Kick went to the far side of the formation. Melendez took it at about the 15-yard line. And there weren't any Riverdale Hawks anywhere close to him. He cut across the field, came up the near sideline, and a beautiful return out of bounds at the 43-yard line.
So Melendez, one of the up backs. And now on the side of the field where we don't have to worry about the sun. Under center is Van Syok. And this is Torres, puts his helmet down, fights forward. It's about the 39-yard line, maybe the 40. That was Nagai on the stop for the Golden Hawks. The guy is 5'9", 180 linebacker. So they're going to mark it at the 40, second down and 8. Freidinger to the far side. Gustafson to the near side. Backs are split. And this is Adam Hauser, the first man through. And Hauser gets a couple yards before he's stacked up. Mike Rizik on the stop for Riverdale. That'll bring up a third down and about 4. So a very quick game so far as Shippensburg went almost 6 minutes to scoring drive and then 8 minutes for the Golden Hawks. Now Shippensburg starting a drive of their own. Started inside Riverdale territory. Third down and short. Quick drop, and that is Freidinger, and Freidinger is going to have the first down. Racine makes that's Gustafson. Gustafson for the first down, Racine on the tackle.
Nice little hitch pattern to the outside, just enough to pick up the first down, and the Hounds continue to mix it up very nicely offensively here in this first half.
Another quick drop by Van Syok, and he found the open wide receiver. So Gustafson to the near side again, and Freidinger to the far side. And here's an inside handoff to Philip Torres. And Torres' ball is loose, but the whistle blew before the fumble. So Torres will get to about 3. It'll be second down and 7 for Shippensburg. Ball marked at the 28-yard line of the Golden Hawks.
Well, we don't have a name to number 70, but he's a big boy, I'll tell you. Oh, it's Gunnar Neistat.
There you go. Thank you. There's the handoff again. This is Adam Hauser, and I believe the ball is loose again, and the Golden Hawks are saying they got it, and they did. The fumble by Adam Hauser, recovered by Gunnar Neisted, and the turnover will give the ball back to the Golden Hawks.
Shippensburg last week with a couple of fumbles, and here on this drive, they put the ball on the ground and gives the football back to the Golden Hawks.
Quick handoff from Van Syok to Hauser, and we couldn't really see the ball come loose, but the River Dell players were signaling their ball right away. So they will take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Dave Estevez, the quarterback. In the backfield, standing beside him is Dave Fletcher. And from the gun, Estevez keeps the ball, and Estevez fights forward over the 30 to about the 32, 33-yard line before he's brought down by Ethan Stauffer and Christian Bortz. So a good gain on 1st down. It'll be 2nd down and 4.
Yeah, Estevez does a nice job of faking that handoff inside. He's a little fella, but he runs very well.
We're seen behind Estevez now on 2nd down. And this is Fletcher. Fletcher breaks into the secondary again. He's going to have the 1st down and more inside Shippensburg territory before Adam Hauser drags him down. But another quick handoff to Fletcher. And a nice run. It's 1st and 10 for Riverdale.
Well, Adam Hauser had his arms around him back in Hawk territory, but then he managed to scoot out of that and pick up the 1st down at the Shippensburg 47-yard line.
And the Shippensburg coaching staff calls a timeout. We'll be right back.
Every day, the Shippensburg News Chronicle makes it their business to cover local news. From breaking news to features, from local government to sports, the News Chronicle lives and breathes Shippensburg. In today's fast-paced world, there are many ways to stay informed and connected with the News Chronicle. The print edition, the online website subscription, or the easy-to-read e-edition. To subscribe and select what fits your lifestyle, visit shipnc.com. Since 1844, the News Chronicle has been reporting on the people and the news of the Shippensburg area. Keep in touch today at shipnc.com.
Well, the coaching staff trying to calm this defense down as they've given up some big plays here. The last one, Fletcher with a nice run. So it's 1st and 10 from the 48-yard line.
That sun couldn't have found a smaller tree to go down, could it?
It's getting there. Slowly, but it's getting there. Man in motion, and Estevez fakes the handoff and tries to run around the left side. Nice defensive play by Gabriel Long, and that time he kept Estevez from getting to the outside. Also, Ethan Stauffer over there.
Yeah, Stauffer put the exclamation point on that tackle and held Estevez to just a yard.
Be 2nd down and 9. Nice tackle. Shippensburg's been allowing some second efforts on some tackles, but that time they made sure that Estevez didn't run free. So the team looking over to the sideline for the offensive signal. 3 receivers to the far side, and Fletcher's behind Estevez. Now he goes in motion to the near side. And Estevez, quarterback keeper, right up the middle. Estevez still on his feet, close to the 40-yard line. Zach Hutchison finally drags him down. That'll be close to the 1st down. It'll be short a couple, and there's a flag down. Kane Friedinger also in the play. So that is going to be personal foul against Shippensburg. I did not see the penalty, but it's going to give the Golden Hawks a 1st down, and it's going to be good field position at the Shippensburg 25-yard line. Did you see that, partner?
Yeah, it was a hit to the head that they called on the personal foul against Shippensburg.
6:36-35 remaining until half. 7-6 Riverdale. Estevez barking out some instructions, and he's from the gun, and Fletcher behind him. And Estevez is going to throw to the near side, and it's complete for a couple of yards. That was Jack Racine. inside the 20-yard line. Eric Reed on the stop for Shippensburg, a gain of about 7, second down and 3.
They've been very effective on that little quick hitch pattern to the outside. That time picked up 7 yards.
The sun that will never set.
Sounds like a country song.
Second and 3. Estevez gives it to Fletcher, and Fletcher's another penalty flag dropped on the far side. Colby Tracy makes a tackle along with Kane Frodinger, and they're going to pick up the flag, and it'll be third down and about 3. Clock starts again, 5:40, third down and 3. Big third down for the Shippensburg defense. And movement doesn't look good. I think that's going to be encroachment on Shippensburg, and that's going to give.
Second time tonight that the Greyhound defense has been a little too anxious at the snap.
That will give the Golden Hawks a first down. This offense doesn't need any help. But he got it there, and it's 1st and 10 at the Shippensburg 13-yard line.
Well, they recovered a Shippensburg fumble and have moved the football down to the 12-yard line. Honest to gosh, that sun picked the smallest tree to get down tonight.
Mike Sirico to the near side. This is Fletcher right up the middle, and Fletcher fights forward, and he's close to the goal line. And they're going to say he's short of the goal line, and it's going to be first down and goal to goal. And River Dell getting to the line of scrimmage quickly. First down under center is Estevez, and movements, and I don't know who's the culprit there.
I don't think the center that time snapped the ball when he was called for, but let's see.
That might be on River Dell. Dead ball, that is. So that helps the Shippensburg cause. That was first and goal from the 1. Now it's going to move back to about the 6-yard line. 5:04 remaining until the half. So Estevez again looking over to the sideline. Fletcher done a nice job from the running back position so far here in the first half. And first and goal. Long counts, and this is Estevez over left tackle. Estevez fights forward to about the 2-yard line. It'll be second down and goal to goal. Kane Frodinger on the stop for Shippensburg.
I don't think you want to give this offense too many chances to score.
Now they're calling it the 1-yard line. Estevez from the shotgun. And Estevez fakes to Fletcher, and he tries to get into the end zone, and he does. Estevez with a 2-yard scoring run, his second of the evening, and it's 13-6, River Dell.
Well, taking advantage of the Shippensburg turnover and driving down the field on a nice run, nice possession by the Golden Hawks.
Yeah, they took advantage of the Shippensburg penalties and marched down the field. Gillis for the extra point, and the kick is up, and the kick is good. 4:03 remaining until the half. It's 14-6, River Dell.
Advantage Chem Dry has been locally owned and operated for over 20 years. We are your one-stop shop for all your flooring needs. Check out our virtual showroom at AdvantageFlooringPA.com. We carry the latest selection of hardwood, ceramic, carpet, vinyl, laminate, and LVT flooring. If you want all your carpet and flooring solutions in one convenient location, look no further. Our quality is guaranteed. Call me, Ashley, at Advantage Flooring, 532-9977 to set up a free in-home estimate.
9 plays, 75-yard scoring drive for the Golden Hawks, and they've scored 14 unanswered points here in the second quarter. Shippensburg had taken a 6-0 lead.
2 possessions by the Hawks, one of them after the Shippensburg turnover, which they've put 7 points on the board.
So Adam Hauser, Melendez, and Call back Philip Torres standing up a little bit closer. Hauser standing at his own 10-yard line. There's a short kick. And this is Cobb. Cobb over the 30, 35, close to the 40-yard line. Nice return by the sophomore. Jack Gillies, the kicker, making the stop. But good field position for the Greyhounds with 3:58 remaining and I believe 2 timeouts.
Yeah, Shippensburg with fairly decent field position, not as good as the last kickoff return, but they find themselves at their own 40-yard line for their 3rd possession of the game. Only 3 possessions and we're under 4 minutes left in the half.
Under center is Carter Van Syok. And this is Hauser right up the middle, and Hauser is going to be lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage by the guy making the stop, and they're going to mark it for maybe a yard gain. We'll call it 2nd down and 9.
Well, I wouldn't know how much of an opportunity the Hawks would have to see any film on Shippensburg, but they've been pretty sharp on Adam Hauser tonight.
Yeah, and the one time he tried to get outside, the defense was ready for that too. So 2nd and long and back to pass, and a little swing pass out to Hauser, the far side, and Hauser sprints over midfield, and he's going to have a 1st down and more, knocked out of bounds by Sirico finally, but that was a nice little pass play. Hauser out of the backfield, and they get the 1st down inside River Dell territory at the 45-yard line.
Just as we mentioned that Hauser has not been able to do much tonight, nice little swing pass that picked up a chunk of yardage for the Greyhounds.
1st down, and this is Philip Torres, and Torres fights forward for a couple of yards. Mike Rizik on the stop. Gain of maybe 2, 2nd down and 8. So the sun is finally hidden behind that one tree. 2nd down, clock moving under 3 minutes. Back to pass is Van Syok. Swing pass to the near side, overthrown. I don't think that would have gotten too many yards anyhow. There was 3 defenders for the Golden Hawks, so it would be clock stopped. 2:51 remaining in the half, and it's 3rd and long.
I tried to swing it out to the near side of the formation to Adam Hauser, and just overthrew him. And you don't see that very often from Carter Van Syok.
Well, he had some time. As mentioned, he's been really not wasting any time to getting rid of the ball. But the offensive line has done a good job protecting him here tonight. Backs are split on 3rd down. And this is Hauser. Hauser breaks a tackle. 40, cuts inside, 35. He's going to have the 1st down and a nice run brought down by Racine and Estevez. I'll tell you what, broke a couple tackles, did Adam Hauser, and he cuts inside and gets the 1st down.
So I showed a lot of quickness on that carry, Rob. Was able to step outside of a couple tackles.
That call might have kept caught the defense by surprise, expecting a pass. Here's a 1st down pass to the far side, and that's Kane Freidinger, and Freidinger has it about the 20-yard line. A nice fade route, and Freidinger with a nice catch. McGrinder on the stop, and another 1st down for Shippensburg.
Yeah, Kane Freidinger did a nice job of playing off of McGrinder that time. Just got a step to the outside and was able to backpedal and make the catch for the 1st down.
And Syok, again, a quick toss. And Freidinger hauled it down. 1st down. Philip Torres. Torres fights forward and still being pushed by his offensive line, and he's going to be close to a 5-yard gain. McGrinder again on the stop. So 2nd down and 5 under 2 minutes now remaining. And a good little drive here going for the Greyhounds.
Shippensburg mixing it up again very nicely, Rob.
Yeah, really done a good job on that tonight here in the 1st half. Freidinger to the far side and Gustafson to the near side. 2nd down, and this is Hauser. And Hauser fights forward for a couple, and it's going to be 3rd down and about 3, 1:30 remaining until half. Racine on the stop, along with Green. And on 3rd down, they're going to let the clock move, still with 2 timeouts remaining. So Van Syok under center again. And backs are split, and this is Torres. And Torres is going to go nowhere. I'm not sure about that call on third down and short. Connor Murphy on the stop, and I don't understand that. And under a minute, they still have not called a timeout, and Van Syok is over talking to one of the coaches, and now I don't know why they wasted all that time before they called a timeout. We'll be back.
For breakfast, lunch, or dinner, Kathy's Deli, West King Street in Shippensburg is the place. Delicious breakfast selections, and for lunch and dinner, create your own sandwiches, hoagies, wraps, or salads. 3 hot soups as well as a hot meal special are available every day. Plus, Kathy's fresh baked goods and delicious dessert specials are the best. Voted #1 since 2004. Enjoy wonderful hometown atmosphere, delicious food, and friendly service at Kathy's Deli, West King Street in Shippensburg. Your next breakfast, lunch, or dinner should be at Kathy's Deli.
So the second timeout in the half for Shippensburg. And it'll bring up a 4th down and 2. And what do we do here, partner? Get the first down.
Well, I guess you got to pick up the first down because they have no intentions of trying to try a field goal here.
No, that's true. And still with 1 timeout left. So the backs are split. Van Syok. And he'll take the handoff, and he's going to throw to the flat. This is Adam Hauser, and Hauser drops he got the ball, and it's going to be close to a first down. Looked like he
That'll move
bobbled
the chains.
it.
That'll be 1st and goal, Shippensburg, Rob.
That's a nice pass, a little swing pass, and Hauser held on to the ball. So it's 1st down and goal at the 9-yard line. 41 seconds remaining. Still has a couple chances, but you might want to just throw the ball in the end zone if you can. And here's the slant to Freidinger, and he's tripped, and there's going to be a penalty flag. The in pass to Freidinger, and he's tripped, and it's going to be a penalty. That was McGrinder making the penalty, and that's going to move the ball closer to the goal line for Shippensburg.
That should be half the distance, Rob.
So the
ball down to about the 4.5-yard line.
Okay, so it's 1st and goal to goal from the 4. 38 seconds left.
And 1 timeout.
Van Syok again under center. Hasn't been from the gun too much tonight. He's going to pass. Fade pass out there to Freidinger. Touchdown! Cade Freidinger with a heck of a reception. He dove into the corner to the end zone, came down with it, and what a pass by Carter Van Syok.
No, there wasn't any more territory. I mean, he just threw that to the far corner of the end zone, and what a catch, as you mentioned, Rob, by Kane Freidinger for the score.
Wow. From the under center, and he threw it fade out to the far corner. Another nice catch by Kane Freidinger, and it's 14-12, and Shippensburg will go for 2 here.
4 or 5 times that time, Jack McGrinder was the defenseman, and he was beaten every time on every play.
Kyler Brown in the game as a wide receiver. He's in the slot to the far side. And here is Van Syok back to pass, and it's knocked down by Sean Burke. His pass intended for Adam Hauser, but nice defense by Burke. But Shippensburg scores. It's 14-12.
Your complete quality satisfaction is unconditionally guaranteed. That's the backbone that New Life Painting of Shippensburg has built their business on since 1998. New Life Painting has been providing Central Pennsylvania residential and commercial painting at its best. Keith and Chris Carroll welcome the opportunity to discuss your next painting project with a free on-the-spot estimate, and your satisfaction is the center of their quality work. Give them a call at 423-5577, and you'll soon learn what satisfaction and guaranteed is all about.
11-play, 60-yard scoring drive for the Greyhounds. And they got the lead cut to 2 points. They couldn't convert the 2-point conversion. And let's see if what River Dell decides to do with this 30 seconds left. Shedder will kick it off for the Greyhounds. And it over the River Dell player, and that is Hughes. And Hughes gets up over the 7-yard line as it went over Hughes' head and it almost bounced out of bounds, but he gets it back to about the 8-yard line with 29 seconds remaining.
Yeah, Hughes had a tough call there. That ball may have rolled out of bounds, but he decided to pick it up after Shedder kicked it over everybody's head. So River Dell is backed up to the shadow of their goal line back at about the 7-yard line.
That's probably a good play by the returner, too, because if he wouldn't have done that and it didn't go out of bounds, maybe a Greyhound might have picked it up. You never know. So looks like they're just going to take a knee here and go to the half, and that's what they're going to do. So a very entertaining first half. We'll talk about it more as that should be it. And both teams are heading to the sidelines. So an entertaining first half here in Shippensburg. It's 14-12 River Dell. We'll be back.
Your complete quality satisfaction is unconditionally guaranteed. That's the backbone that New Life Painting of Shippensburg has built their business on since 1998. New Life Painting has been providing Central Pennsylvania residential and commercial painting at its best. Keith and Chris Carroll welcome the opportunity to discuss your next painting project with a free on-the-spot estimate, and your satisfaction is the center of their quality work. Give them a call at 423-5577, and you'll soon learn what satisfaction and guaranteed is all about.
You have auto insurance because, let's face it, stuff happens. And then you feel punished with a rate hike after filing a claim? Erie Rate Lock changes all that. With Rate Lock from Erie Insurance, your low rate stays great until you change cars, drivers, or your address. Your Erie agent in Shippensburg is Carl Kramer Insurance. Get a quote at 717-530-8600.
Rate lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage. Insured must meet necessary underwriting guidelines. Premium may change if you make policy changes. Not all products are offered in all states. Patent pending.
Timmons Oil Incorporated of Orrstown has been proudly serving the local area for over 35 years with quality fuel oil, diesel fuel, and kerosene products at reasonable prices. The Timmons folks invite you to call now and arrange convenient fuel oil delivery for the upcoming heating season. Call Timmons Oil at 532-3740. That's 532-3740. Or stop in and say hello at 12901 Mountain Road in Orrstown. The Timmons family encourages all drivers to exercise extra caution on the roads now that the kids are back in school. Parents, remember to take the time to become involved in your children's school activities. And this fall and always, save a life. Please don't drink and drive. Remember, for extra convenient fuel oil delivery this winter, call Timmons Oil of Orrstown now at 532-3740. That's Timmons Oil at 532-3740. The Timmons family is proud to be part of our Cumberland and Franklin County communities. And go Greyhounds!
Halftime at Shippensburg's Veterans Stadium, Memorial Park. And the Riverdale Golden Hawks lead the Shippensburg Greyhounds by a score of 14-12. Entertaining first half.
It sure was. That was a fun first half. We didn't know what to expect, obviously, with Riverdale, but Shippensburg has played a pretty even ball game with them and only trailing by 2. We'll just do the quick scoring recap. Philip Torres started the scoring at 5:55 of the first quarter. The extra point no good. That was a 15-play, 65-yard scoring drive. And then the Golden Hawks scored the next 2, and they controlled about almost a quarter of the clock in doing so. As Estevez with a couple of 1-yard runs, first at the 9:50 mark and then at the 4:03 mark. Gillis with the extra point on both touchdowns. And then Kane Freidlinger with a great pass reception from Carter Van Sock with only 33 seconds remaining in the half. The 2-point conversion failed, and that's where we're at 14-12. But it's been a good game so far.
Yeah, very, very entertaining. Riverdale came right back and scored 14 unanswered points before Shippensburg was able to score close to the end of the first half of play here. But impressive offensively for Shippensburg, Rob, in this first half.
We talked about it a couple times. whatever the offensive philosophy was, part of it was getting the ball away from the quarterback, Van Syok. He was doing a couple step drops and getting the throw away real quickly. There was a lot of quick hitting into the line for the running backs for Shippensburg to try to keep the Golden Hawks defense off guard, and it worked pretty good in the first half. And Van Syok, anxious to see his stats for the first half, but that last touchdown to Freidinger was a great throw and an even better catch.
Nice crowd on hand here tonight. Beautiful evening for football. It's cooled off wonderfully. Wind has actually knocked down. It was blowing pretty strongly at the beginning of the ball game, straight down this football field out of the north. But American flag is hanging right straight down the flagpole right at the moment.
Yeah, I went out to get the newspaper early this morning, and it was quite a contrast what it was when I went to sleep last night. So I think maybe that hot stretch is over. And football weather, as we are here at halftime tonight, and Shippensburg, another tough ball game next week. We'll be on the air from Lewistown, Pennsylvania, Mifflin County. Looking forward to that game. But we got another half to go here, partner, and River Dell will get the ball first here in the second half.
Yeah, well, I think that Coach Faust has to be very pleased with what he saw on both sides of the ball, actually. I think we thought that Riverdale was going to have some powerful offense. Shippensburg managed to hold them to just 2 touchdowns, and actually one of those came off of a Shippensburg turnover, so it could have been a completely different score here at halftime if Shippensburg wouldn't have put the ball on the ground. But offensively, Shippensburg ran the ball well in the first half, and Carter Van Syok threw the ball extremely well and took advantage of spreading the ball around when he was throwing as well.
Well, and Van Syok, as we talked before we went on the air, has not thrown a touchdown pass in the last 2 games, so he gets that monkey off his back here in the second quarter. And Riverdale has given up some points. They've given up 20-plus points in every game so far. So I was just reading the picks and previews, and the Patriot did have this Riverdale game, and they have Riverdale minus 10 as a spread, and all 6 of the writers picked Riverdale. And it just says here, let's see if the Greyhounds passing attacking back on track against a 3-0 team. And so far they've done a pretty good job. While we have a minute, we'll go over the Dandy Dozen. Of course, Shippensburg has disappeared from that list, but we'll go through real quick. Harrisburg still at number 1 at 4-0. State College, who must have a heck of a team, and I don't know when those 2 teams play, but they're ranked 2nd at 4-0. The Cumberland Valley, another Mid-Penn Commonwealth Division team, is at number 3, and they're 4-0 also. And then Berks Catholic, number 4. Manheim Central, number 5. Middletown, who's having a heck of a year, is number 6. Cocalico, number 7. At number 8 is Governor Mifflin at 4-1, and the first 7 teams are all 4-0 for the year. Number 9, Central Dauphin, who beat my alma mater 65-14 last week. They're number 9. Manheim Township 10. Bishop McDevitt 11, and Wilson 12.
We're at halftime. Shippensburg Marching Band performing to the crowd here at Veterans Stadium. More coming up on our halftime show after these messages.
Every day, the Shippensburg News Chronicle makes it their business to cover local news. From breaking news to features, from local government to sports, the News Chronicle lives and breathes Shippensburg. In today's fast-paced world, there are many ways to stay informed and connected with the News Chronicle. The print edition, the online website subscription, or the easy-to-read e-edition. To subscribe and select what fits your lifestyle, visit shipnc.com. Since 1844, the News Chronicle has been reporting on the people and the news of the Shippensburg area. Keep in touch today at shipnc.com.
Premier Events West Orange Street in Shippensburg is the place to go for excellent upscale food and service in the Shippensburg area. Premier Events is a premier banquet and special events facility that offers catering for all occasions in their beautiful chandelier-lit banquet room. All their delicious food is freshly prepared and can be served on or off-site at your chosen location. Call them today at 532-2279 to book your party and let your next event be a premier event.
Okay, joined by J.D. Davidson here before we go over the halftime stats. J.D., your thoughts on the first half?
Well, that might have been the quickest first half I think I've ever been involved with, but it was a very entertaining first half. A 2-point ball game at halftime, and then if this would have been the Shippensburg team that would have showed up last week, you just wonder what would have happened in that ball game because they put together 3 good drives with the one ending in a fumble and River Dell putting together 2 for scores. But Shippensburg getting that last score right before halftime to get themselves back in the ball game was great. Like I said, a little bit surprising after what happened last week, but we talked before the game, how do you bounce back? Well, short week. I said they're high school kids. They probably forgot about it within 24 hours of what happened last week, and they're putting together a good effort here tonight. Now, again, we could tackle a little bit better. We've hit the runners in the hole, but they've seemed to drag us for 3-4 yards and so forth. Got to clean that up here in the second half, but all in all, it was a very entertaining first half.
And I mentioned a couple times, interesting how they attacked the Riverdale defense with those quick plays. A couple step drop by Van Syok and the quick throws and handing the ball off quickly and for the running backs to try to get open. So that was interesting the way they did that.
Yeah, last week Carter was running for his life last week in the first half against Waynesboro. In fact, the touchdown we had in the first half, he dropped back to pass and they flushed him out of the pocket and he ran for a touchdown because everybody was on the other side of the field. But one way to get the quarterback protection, quick passes to start off the game, and that brought their defensive backs up, and then the offensive line was able to get settled into the ball game, and then he was able to throw a few longer, longer passes down the field, and nice fade pass to Kane Fridinger there in the right corner of the end zone for the second touchdown.
And your thoughts on the opponent from New Jersey?
I'm impressed with them. I'm not in awe of them, and I think that's one thing. Shippensburg's not in awe of them either. It's like, hey, we can play with these guys. Now all we got to do is go, tackle a little better. We had, when we had them in that second and long, and the kid broke the long run to get the first down and goal and so forth. That was sort of a killer play there. But all in all, you force a team to go, 17 plays, 80 yards to get a score, and then there was 9 plays, 75 in their second drive. I mean, that's a lot. That's 26 plays they ran and so forth. I mean, it wasn't like they, 3, 4, 5 plays are in the end zone like a quick strike offense and so forth. And Estevez, he's got a strong arm as a quarterback because we've seen that he overthrew a couple receivers in that first half. But Shippensburg should be feeling real good about themselves, that they know they can play with this team. They just got to tackle a little bit better in the second half. And
Riverdale will get the ball to start the third quarter. But, I thought it was a very fun first half to call, and happy to see Shippensburg playing like they did. So right now, let's talk about stats. Sponsored by Chamberlain's Pest Control.
Okay, for visiting Riverdale, 22 rushes, 137 yards. Leading ball carrier, Dave Fletcher, 7 for 83. Estevez, 14 for 51. Estevez passing, 350 for 22 yards, 159 yards of total offense for the visiting Riverdale, and they had 9 first downs. For the Shippensburg Greyhounds in the first half, 19 rushes, 54 yards. Torres and Hauser both with 27 yards rushing each. Torres with 10 carries and Hauser with 8. Passing, Carter Van Sock, 10 of 12, no interceptions for 83 yards. Kane Fridinger, 4 catches for 37 yards. Hauser, 3 for 29. Gustafson, 2 for 10. And Stauffer, 1 for 7. 137 yards for Shippensburg in the first half, and they had 10 first downs. On the defensive side of the football, Gabriel Long, 5 tackles to lead the Greyhounds and defense in the first half. Little interesting thing, I was keeping third down conversions here in the first half, Rob. Shippensburg 4 of 6 on third down conversions, 2 of 2 on fourth down, but unfortunately Riverdale were a perfect 6 for 6 on their third down conversions in the first half.
That's interesting. And I don't think there's going to be any secrets in the second half. Do the same thing. They're right there. I think it's important for them just to hold them and get the ball back and try to get the lead right off the bat. But I think they just keep doing what they're doing, right?
Yeah, basically, like I said, they have to tackle a little bit better.
Yeah.
Maybe force a turnover. Riverdale did that to us there, in our second possession. We were moving and looking like we were going to go, for a second score, and they got the fumble, and they went down the field and scored. But, hey, great answer by Shippensburg. They came right back, drove it down the field, converted on fourth down, and you got the touchdown pass. So, Shippensburg's probably going to need a turnover, maybe a turnover help here in the second half. And, like I said, they have to tackle better on defense. We've got to get in the position where they're in, third and long, and haven't seen a punt yet in this ball game, so it'll be interesting to see if Shippensburg can force that.
All right, JD, thank you. Good job as always, and we'll be back with the second half kickoff after these timeouts. Thanks.
You have auto insurance because, let's face it, stuff happens. And then you feel punished with a rate hike after filing a claim? Erie Rate Lock changes all that. With Rate Lock from Erie Insurance, your low rate stays great until you change cars, drivers, or your address. Your Erie agent in Shippensburg is Carl Kramer Insurance. Get a quote at 717-530-8600.
Rate lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage. Insured must meet necessary underwriting guidelines. Premium may change if you make policy changes. Not all products are offered in all states. Patent pending.
Advantage ChemDry has been locally owned and operated for over 20 years. We are your one-stop shop for all your flooring needs. Check out our virtual showroom at AdvantageFlooringPA.com. We carry the latest selection of hardwood, ceramic, carpet, vinyl, laminate, and LVT flooring. If you want all your carpet and flooring solutions in one convenient location, look no further. Our quality is guaranteed. Call me, Ashley, at Advantage Flooring, 532-9977 to set up a free in-home estimate.
For breakfast, lunch, or dinner, Kathy's Deli, West King Street in Shippensburg is the place. Delicious breakfast selections, and for lunch and dinner, create your own sandwiches, hoagies, wraps, or salads. 3 hot soups as well as a hot meal special are available every day. Plus, Kathy's fresh baked goods and delicious dessert specials are the best. Voted #1 since 2004. Enjoy wonderful hometown atmosphere, delicious food, and friendly service at Kathy's Deli, West King Street in Shippensburg. Your next breakfast, lunch, or dinner should be at Kathy's Deli.
14-12, River Dell over Shippensburg at halftime. SE Sportsnet coverage of Shippensburg Greyhound football, our Thursday night special. Glad to have you along. Both teams back out of the locker rooms here at halftime.
Teacher of the week this week. This week, Greyhound football would like to recognize Mr. Nathan Golnack, science teacher at Shippensburg High School. Mr. Golnack is a staunch supporter of Greyhound athletics and takes the time to make science fun for all his students. We'd like to thank Mr. Golnack for his school spirit and Greyhound pride. So, partner, not bad first half at all, and need a strong second half to come back out here and get a victory.
Yeah, this is a ball club that's not going to go away. As we mentioned at the top of the broadcast, they've traditionally been in the mix in their division in the northern part of New Jersey. And so far, I think they have to be pleased that they made the trip on that 4.5-hour bus ride.
Scenic view of South Central Pennsylvania. So, Golden Hawks will get the ball first. Shetter is going to kick off to Dave Fletcher. And Fletcher had a good first half for Riverdale. Also back deep is Frungian. And there's a whistle, and let's get this second half underway. Short kick. Fletcher picks it up on one bounce, and Fletcher still on his feet. A nice return, a short kick and a nice return. And the Golden Hawks will have it 1st and 10 at their own 40-yard line. And that was called on the stop. So good field position, Scott. Let's see if this Greyhound defense can do their job. Estevez from the gun. Fletcher behind him. And this is Fletcher. Fletcher right up the middle, and he fights forward for about 6 yards before Monahan makes the stop. It'll be 2nd down and 4 at the 46.
Nice job by the offensive line, just pushing Shippensburg off the ball that time.
Fletcher's listening it. 5'11", 190, but he's a heck of a strong runner. Doesn't go down very easily. Empty backfield on 2nd and 4 as Fletcher's flanked out to the left side. Estevez from the gun, and he'll throw to the near side and is caught by Racine. And Racine is knocked out of bounds at midfield, and that's going to be enough for the first down. Kunkelman on the stop for Shippensburg. And they did move the chains, and it's first down and 10. I think Coach Faust was asking for a measurement, but they're not going to get it. So first down, Golden Hawks.
Austin Kozier comes off. I think he got the wind knocked out of him a little bit, working here with the trainer right at the Shippensburg bench.
So Estevez saying something to his receiver, which is Jack Racine. He split to the near side, 2 receivers to the far side, and this is Fletcher right up the middle. And Fletcher fights forward 45, 44-yard line. Colby Tracy on the stop. Ball marked at the 44, and it's 2nd down and 4.
Keeping the ball on the ground and picking up nice chunks of yardage on each rushing play by the Golden Hawks.
Same formation and movement, and let's see what that's going to be all about.
I think we've got encroachment.
Yep. Yes, we do. Shippensburg a little over-anxious again. That's 2nd or 3rd time that's been called.
That was Zach Hutchinson that time, and he banged his helmet with his hand.
That's going to move the chains. So inside Shippensburg's 40-yard line at the 39 is first down and 10. We have Connor Murphy in the backfield this time, and Murphy takes the handoff to Mercy, and they pass down the middle of the field in a wide open Matt Frugihan, but the ball was a little bit overthrown, and that'll be an incomplete pass. Austin Kozer back there on the coverage.
Frugian tried to pull that one down with his left hand and could not hang on. It was, as you mentioned, Rob, it was thrown behind him.
Wide open.
Well, was he ever wide open in the middle?
So this time there'll be 3 receivers to the far side. Fletcher back behind Estevez. 10:03 remaining here in the 3rd. And this is Fletcher. And Fletcher falls forward and is hit by a couple of Shippensburg defenders. Bring up a 3rd down. The bottom of the pile is Monahan. Ethan Stauffer also on the stop. But they stood Fletcher up in a hurry there. It's 3rd down and 7. Big down for the Shippensburg defense.
Estevez trying to draw Shippensburg off sides again.
Now he looks over to the sideline. 3rd down. And there's a swing pass to the far side, and that's caught by Racine. And Racine makes a nice spin move, and he's going to move the chains, I do believe. Jack Racine. And no, wait a second. They did not signal first down.
Nick Welts,
Nick
Rob.
Welts.
Yep.
So it's 4th down and 1. He's short. I thought he got the first down. So let's see what happens here. Estevez trying to draw the defense off sides again. Like Aaron Rodgers out there. And Estevez going to keep it himself. He's going to get the first down just barely. Is gang tackled on the far side, but brought down by Trujillo. And Rhodes for Shippensburg. It's 1st and 10 for the Golden Hawks. 8:22 remaining in the 3rd. It's a 2-point ball game. Estevez, man in motion, and He's going to keep it. Estevez right up the middle, and Estevez into the secondary, and he's going to go right into the end zone for the touchdown, 29-yard run, and that's the third TD for Estevez, and that was a heck of a run, untouched into the end zone.
Yeah, he really did. I mean, it really opened up very nicely for him right from the snap, and he showed some quickness and some speed in the secondary and went in from 29 yards out.
Literally turned Adam Hauser around in his shoes.
It's not the first time he's done that tonight either.
Gillies will attempt the extra point. Kick is up. Kick is good. 8:08 remaining in the third. It's 21-12.
Every day, the Shippensburg News Chronicle makes it their business to cover local news. From breaking news to features, from Shippensburg News Chronicle makes it their News Chronicle lives and breathes Shippensburg. In today's fast-paced world, there are many ways to stay informed and connected with the News Chronicle. The print edition, the online website subscription, or the easy-to-read e-edition. To subscribe and select what fits your lifestyle, visit shipnc.com. Since 1844, the News Chronicle has been reporting on the people and the news of the Shippensburg area. Keep in touch today at shipnc.com.
8-play, 60-yard scoring drive. Estevez with his third rushing touchdown of the evening, and it's 21-12. Scoring play of almost 4 minutes. So Shippensburg currently trailing by 2 at the half. Have to fight back here. Plenty of time left here in this ball game tonight. Adam Hauser is back deep. Gillis will kick it off for the Golden Hawks. Whistle from the referee. Gillis, short end over end kick. And this is Kolb again, and Kolb fights forward to about the 30-yard line. That was a nice return. A couple of tacklers by Golden Hawks. That was McDonald on the way. But Kolb with his second return tonight, and it's 1st and 10 Greyhounds at the 30-yard line.
So this will be the first possession for the Greyhounds here in the second half. See if they can answer the Golden Hawk touchdown.
Backs are split. Van Syok under center, and this is Adam Hauser, and he goes nowhere. Met in the backfield by Nagai, and he's going to lose a couple of yards. Also Rizik for the Golden Hawks, a gain or a loss of 1, 2nd down and 11.
One big play for Adam Hauser tonight. Other than that, they've contained him very well.
And as Coach Faust said to me this afternoon, you're going to see a lot more of him, and that's true. He's been in there a lot, but unable to break loose. Van Syok throws it right in the middle of the field. It's going to be a gain of 5 yards, as that is Brown and Burke on the stop for the Golden Hawks, and bring up a 3rd down and about 4.
Quick throw over the middle. Brown was open. Made a nice catch, and that picked up 7 quick yards for the Hounds.
Ethan Stauffer back in the lineup for Shippensburg. Big 3rd down here.
And we have a teaching experience going on with the Shippensburg defense down here on the bench, Rob.
Van Syok back to pass, throws in the middle of the field. This is Ethan Stauffer, and he's going to have the 1st down and more. He breaks a tackle over midfield to about the 45-yard line. And Van Syok to Stauffer, we've seen that a good many times this year, and that time a nice catch and a better run. But Grinder on the stop, and it's 1st down.
Hounds continue to work on McGrinder, and every time they've thrown him away, they've been able to pick up some really nice yardage.
1st and 10 at the 45. And this is Torres, and Torres goes nowhere as that quick hitter is not doing anything in this half, and the guy on another tackle for River Dell. Gain of 1, 2nd down and 9. Time to try to do something else here on 1st down. The last 2 times on 1st down, little or no gain. There's a pitch to Hauser over the left side, and he makes a nice cut Gets into the secondary, 35, 33-yard line. That's going to be enough for the first down. Freudenhand is on the stop, and that was a great pitch. And Hauser with a nice move to the outside.
Timing was perfect on that play. Plenty of blocking out in front, but nice pitch from Van Syok to Hauser. Waited for it to set up and were able to turn the edge up the near side and pick up that first down.
33-yard line of River Dell. First down and 10. Nice pickup there by Adam Hauser. Van Syok back to pass. There's a slant pass. Kane Freudinger. Freudinger 10. Inside the 10 to about the 5-yard line. Racine drags him down from behind, but what a throw by Carter Van Syok, and another great grab by Freudinger, and it's first down and goal to goal.
Freudinger got inside the coverage that time and had a step on Racine. A beautiful pass from Van Syok, picked up the first down inside the 10-yard line for the Hounds.
First and goal from the 9. Carter Van Syok looking over the defense, and there's a fade pass to Nick Gustafson, a little bit overthrown, incomplete pass. It'll be second down and goal to goal. Estevez on the coverage. It's a good call on first down, but just a little bit overthrown, and good coverage by Estevez in the corner of the end zone. Clock stopped at 5:33. Gustafson to the near side. Brown in the slot to the far side along with Cade Freudinger. And this is Philip Torres. Torres fights forward for a couple, and it's going to bring up a third down and goal to goal. Nice stead on the stop for the Golden Hawks, but there's no room in the middle for the Shippensburg running backs tonight. None whatsoever.
Yeah, good observation there, partner.
Call it the 7-yard line, third down. 3 down linemen for the Golden Hawks. There's a swing pass to Adam Hauser, far side. Hauser into the end zone, I believe. Touchdown, Shippensburg. Nice run after the catch, and the Greyhounds are back in business.
Threw that ball right over Aaron Furneaux, and a nice little touch Van Syok put on that pass to Adam Hauser, and Hauser again left his feet and jumped into the end zone for the touchdown.
So Shetter is going to try the extra point. Kick is up, and the kick is good. 4:54 remaining here in the third. It's 21-19. We'll be back.
Advantage Chem Dry has been locally owned and operated for over 20 years. We are your one-stop shop for all your flooring needs. Check out our virtual showroom at AdvantageFlooringPA.com. We carry the latest selection of hardwood, ceramic, carpet, vinyl, laminate, and LVT flooring. If you want all your carpet and flooring solutions in one convenient location, look no further. Our quality is guaranteed. Call me, Ashley, at Advantage Flooring, 532-9977 to set up a free in-home estimate.
So Shippensburg takes about 3 minutes off the clock, cap off a 9-play, 70-yard scoring drive with a run or a pass by Hauser from Carter Van Syok, and Adam Hauser on the board. It's 21-19. So we have Shetter kicking off. Deep is Fletcher. Quinn and Frugion. And this is Fletcher. Fletcher on his feet up over the 30 to the 35, brought down about the 37-yard line. Shetter, the kicker, on the tackle, and we have a player down, Frugion for River Dell. He's holding his ankle, or maybe it's his knee. I hope not. So, partner, that was a good drive. And Shippensburg able to answer quickly.
Hounds answered right back, which is exactly what they needed to do.
Visions of last year when Shippensburg, if they did give up a touchdown, they'd come right back down the field and get back in ball game or take the lead again or whatever the case may be. It's good to see him playing this way tonight after the Waynesboro debacle.
Yeah, I can't think that the coaching staff could not be more pleased with how Shippensburg responded on a short week this week, because they were just absolutely pulled apart over at Waynesboro last week.
The injured Golden Hawk is walking off the field with a little bit of help, favoring his ankle, it looks like. So it'll be 1st and 10 for River Dell at their own 37. They're leading only by 2, 21-19. So River Dell on the sidelines getting the play in from their head coach. J.D. Nymphius, 14th year as a head coach for the Golden Hawks. Okay, we're ready to go. 1st and 10, empty backfield. Estevez, the quarterback. 2 receivers on either side of the field. And Estevez from the gun. Fletcher in motion. And there's a swing pass to the far side. It's thrown too far for Mike Sirico. Kane Freidinger on the coverage for Shippensburg. Incomplete pass, 2nd down and 10. Clock stops 4:45 remaining here in the 3rd. This time Fletcher in the backfield behind Estevez. And looking over to the sideline. I don't know about you, partner. That drives me crazy the way they do that these days. I don't half the time maybe they're faking they already have the play. Who knows what they're doing? Estevez, Fletcher, and Fletcher is hit by Ethan Stauffer and then a host of other defenders for Shippensburg after a short gain. Colby Tracy on the tackle also. At that time, they stood Fletcher up as Fletcher has been able to run free here tonight a couple times with good defense, and it's 3rd down and long.
Yeah, really nice job by the Shippensburg defensive line.
JD just said something. This key play in the game. Ball marked just short of the 40-yard line.
3 wide receivers to the far side of the formation, Rob. Let's see what they want to do here.
Plenty of time. Estevez now running out of time, scrambling to the right side, throws into the sideline, and a nice play by Brown, I believe. No, that was Kozer knocking the ball away, and great defensive coverage by Shippensburg. And that's going to, I think, force the punt.
Well, not only that, but a lot of pressure by the Shippensburg defense that forced Estevez to scramble, and he was running for his life and just got rid of it in time and could not make the reception. Hounds should get good field position here. First punt of the ball game.
And Estevez is the punter, so we're going to have to keep an eye on him, obviously. Standing back at his own 30. High, short punt. Hits at the 35-yard line and gets past the 30, and it'll be down at the 27-yard line by Sirico. So Shippensburg with the ball back, 3:43 remaining in the 3rd, and chance to take the lead in this game.
Just a key offensive series for Shippensburg here.
But good defense there on 3rd down. They get the ball back. So once again, the backs are split, Torres and Hauser. 2 receivers to the near side, and Van Syok under center. And here's the pitch to Hauser, looking for some blocks. Tries to cut back, and he is should have. It's good. JD said I was going to say the same thing. He should have kept it outside, but he didn't. Rearick on the stop, but he's going to end up losing 2 yards as Hauser tried to make something happen. It wasn't there.
Yeah, but Rizek really did a nice job of containing him and not allowing Hauser to go absolutely anywhere.
2nd down and 12 after the 2-yard loss. And this time, Van Syok looks over the defense and is going to operate from the shotgun. Back to pass. Has some time. Now he's being
pressure.
pressured. Out of the pocket. Throws, and it's almost caught by Ethan Stauffer. Ball overthrown a little bit. Murphy on this coverage for River Dell. So that's going to bring up a 3rd down and 12 for Shippensburg.
So all of a sudden the Golden Hawk defense comes alive. Doesn't allow Hauser to turn the corner on the first down play, and then on 2nd down did a nice job of putting a lot of pressure on Van Syhock.
It's a big play here for the Shippensburg offense. 3rd down and long. Van Syhock back to pass. Quick pass intended for Gustafson. Not a good throw at all. Estevez on the coverage, but that had little or no chance of being caught. Incomplete pass. 4th down for Shippensburg.
3 and out for the Greyhound offense. That has not happened tonight.
And see if Cheddar can get off a good punt. It looks like Nick Gustafson's going to punt the ball this time. And Estevez standing back at his own 40-yard line. Shippensburg bringing a late player in to get to 11 players on the field. So Gustafson, short punt, a whistle, and illegal procedure against Shippensburg. That could have been disastrous because the ball was snapped low and Gustafson couldn't grab a hold of it. But a 5-yard penalty and back to the 20-yard line.
Now, Eddie Ocker, the Shippensburg punter, is not on the field tonight. So Gustafson punting in his place.
And there's a good snap this time.
Ooh.
Almost blocked. Estevez in
could be
Shippensburg
dangerous.
territory. 40-yard line, still on his feet to about the 37-yard line. Welts on the stop for Shippensburg at the 38-yard line, and that could have been dangerous, Scott. That's right, but
it was. I mean, a nice return by Estevez.
Okay. So the Golden Hawks back on offense. Start this series with 3 receivers to the far side and Fletcher behind the quarterback. First down call. There's a snap, and Fletcher over the right tackle. He's tripped up, moves forward. Kozer on the stop along with Monahan. Gain of 3, though. It's 2nd down and 7.
Monahan on the ground just reached up and put his hand around the ankle of Fletcher that time and slowed him up.
So Dave Estevez looking over the defense. In motion is Sirico. And a high snap. And Estevez is going to have to run. He's trying to get around the left side, and he does. He's going to have the first down and more. Estevez still on his feet, and Estevez is going to score a touchdown, 38 yards, and that is his 4th rushing touchdown on the night. Unbelievable.
That was just about disaster, a ball that he had to stretch as far as he could to pull back down on the snap, and then he scrambled to the far side and got turned up the field. And the Shippensburg defense could not pull him down.
Wow, what a run by the senior quarterback. Back up to an 8-point lead, and Gillis will try to tack on the extra point. Kick is up, and kick is good. 1:59 remaining here in the 3rd. It's 28-19 River Dell.
You have auto insurance because, let's face it, stuff happens. And then you feel punished with a rate hike after filing a claim? Erie Rate Lock changes all that. With Rate Lock from Erie Insurance, your low rate stays great until you change cars, drivers, or your address. Your Erie agent in Shippensburg is Carl Kramer Insurance. Get a quote at 717-530-8600.
Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage. Insured must meet necessary underwriting guidelines. Premium may change if you make policy changes. Not all products are offered in all states. Patent pending.
Only took 2 plays, 38 yards, and Estevez with a 1 yard, a 1 yard, a 29-yard, and a 38-yard rushing touchdown tonight.
Yeah, credit the series before on the Golden Hawk defense that forced Shippensburg to take 3 and out. And then the punt after the illegal procedure penalty. And a nice return set him up for that 2-play scoring drive.
Shero back deep for the Greyhounds, along with Christian Melendez, Philip Torres, and Cobb. And Cobb is going to get another chance. This is his third return at the 20-yard line. Looks for some blockers, gets up over the 30 to 35, and then a big hit. Shippensburg with decent field position and brought down by Stranario. First down and 10, Shippensburg at the 35-yard line.
I think this is a key offensive possession for Shippensburg in this game. They can't afford a 3 and out on this one.
And they didn't do a good job at all. Hauser on first down, and then he couldn't do anything else. So this time, Philip Torres, and once again, a run on first down and nothing going on. Frugian back in the game. The guy that was hurt makes a tackle. Gain of 1, second down and 9.
How many times on first down have they tried that play tonight, Rob?
Seems like almost every time. So Freidinger to the far side and Gustafson to the near side. Second down and 9. And there's the end around, and that goes nowhere. Is that Brown? Yes, it is. And there's a late flag thrown. And that was Frungion again. And the dead ball foul, and it's a penalty against the Golden Hawks, and that's going to help the Shippensburg cause. Ball going to be marked all the way up to the 47-yard line, and that's going to give the Greyhounds a first down after the, was that unsportsmanlike?
It was.
Penalty, 15 yards, so that's a little bit of break for the Greyhound offense. And this time, Van Syok looks over and going to go under center once again. First down and 10. Van Syok back to pass. There's the fade pass to Freidinger. And he caught it.
Yeah, that's unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Covered by Racine. And a great grab by Freidinger. And that's going to be first and 10. At the 30-yard line of the Golden Hawks.
How did he hang on to that football? I mean, he stretched out to make the catch, did a somersault, and still managed to hang on.
His throw also by the quarterback, Carter Van Syok. Under center on first down. Back to pass. Has some time. Throws it to the near side of the field. Nick Gustafson. Incomplete pass. McGrinder on the stop. Fans wanted a penalty, didn't get it, so incomplete pass, second down and 10. 24 seconds remaining here in the third.
McGrinder had him all wrapped up before the ball ever got there, but did not draw a yellow penalty marker.
So clock stopped, and Shippensburg breaks the huddle. Van Syok standing in between Hauser and Torres. Back to pass. Has some time. He's going to get Gustafson in the near corner. Overthrown. Estevez with the coverage. A little bit of banging, but no penalty called. Incomplete pass, third down and 10.
Yeah, I think that was good coverage by Estevez, step by step. They were both fighting each other. I think you can get away with that today.
I think so. Estevez, quite the athlete. Quarterback and 4 touchdowns and playing good defense, and he's the punter to boot. So third down, 19 seconds remaining in the third. Back to pass. being pressured. Thrown downfield, and he's going to just threw the ball away. Nobody close, but Van Suyk got clobbered by Fujian. And it'll be 4th down and 10. And Shippensburg at the 30-yard line of River Dell will obviously go for it. And a timeout called by Shippensburg. We'll keep it here. It's the first timeout of the second half for the Greyhounds.
I'll tell you what, again, talking about how Carter Van Suyk has matured this year, I'm not sure he'd have done what he did with the pass last year, but very wisely was he had a lot of white jerseys coming at him, and he just wisely threw it where there wasn't anybody else, and to avoid the sack.
I think, they've had some success with the short passes in the middle of the field to Ethan Stauffer, and I think they had one tonight here. But it seems like they're throwing a ball downfield with some success tonight, but they just don't seem like they have a medium throw in their playbook where they're not going for broke, even though, again, some great catches tonight by Kane Freidinger.
A couple of hitch passes that's worked pretty well for them in the first half, but nothing short and over the middle. You're right, Rob.
So after the timeout, 4th down and 10. Three receivers to the near side. Van Suyk rolls right. Now he's going to get
pressure and
sacked by 3 different players and led by the Jai, and that is going to turn the ball over to River Dell in good field position at their own 37-yard line. 8.5 seconds remaining. Shippensburg can ill afford to give up any more points, trailing by 9 with a quarter to go. So 1st down and 10. And back to pass on 1st down.
Look at the touch.
And the ball is caught for a 1st down. That Fletcher makes a stop, and there's a penalty flag down. That ball was up in the air a long time, but nice touch, as Scott mentioned. And Fletcher came down with it, and let's see what this penalty is going to be about.
Adam Hauser grabbed a whole lot of face mask on that tackle, Rob. And I'm sure that's what it is.
And that's what they called. It's going to be a 5-yard.
That's generous.
And that will make it 1st and 10 at the Shippensburg 42-yard line. And that's the end of the 3rd quarter. It's 28-19 Riverdale. We'll be back with the 4th in a second.
Every day, the Shippensburg News Chronicle makes it their business to cover local news. From breaking news to features, from local government to sports, the News Chronicle lives and breathes Shippensburg. In today's fast-paced world, there are many ways to stay informed and connected with the News Chronicle. The print edition, the online website subscription, or the easy-to-read e-edition. To subscribe and select what fits your lifestyle, visit shipnc.com. Since 1844, the News Chronicle has been reporting on the people and the news of the Shippensburg area. Keep in touch today at shipnc.com.
So a very entertaining game here tonight from Veterans Stadium. Should be an exciting 4th quarter with 4th quarter play-by-play, Cousin Scott.
Thanks, Rob. 2-score lead by the Golden Hawks as we play the final 12. It's Veterans Stadium tonight. Glad to have you along on SC Sportsnet. 1st and 10 for River Dell with the Shippensburg 41. Estevez the lone setback as they move right to left here in this 4th quarter. Empty backfield, 4 wide receivers to the far side. Estevez is going to run with the football, has blockers out in front, puts his head down, loose inside the 35-30, 25-20, 15-10, and Estevez is going to just walk into the end zone. for a 41-yard scamper for the touchdown.
Wow. That's all I can say. TD number 5. Crazy. And he just got by a couple would-be tacklers and cut it in towards the middle of the field, and then he just had some speed to him also, and never a doubt.
34-19. And it looks like they're going to go for 2. Yeah, they're going to have to take a timeout because they don't have enough of men on the field. But that did not take long.
No.
And Shippensburg
11 seconds.
Defense just could not react to the 5th touchdown scored tonight by Dave Estevez.
He keeps getting longer touchdowns, 2 1-yarders in the second quarter, then a 29, a 38, and a 42.
Well, you can see why he's going to play Division III football next year, already committed. But he's not that big. He's 5'10", 190 pounds. He plays a pretty decent defensive back, too.
He's just an athlete is what he is. I mean, that's just I wouldn't be surprised if he played other sports. He's just too quick for everybody.
So they're going to go for 2 here.
Huh.
With Jack Racine under center. He throws back to Estevez, who's going to shuttle the football back to Racine, who goes in for the 2-point conversion. Wow, nice little razzle-dazzle that picked up the 2 points.
Wow,
11:49 left to go in the ball game, and it's Riverdale 36 and Shippensburg 19.
You have auto insurance because, let's face it, stuff happens. And then you feel punished with a rate hike after filing a claim? Erie Rate Lock changes all that. With Rate Lock from Erie Insurance, your low rate stays great until you change cars, drivers, or your address. Your Erie agent in Shippensburg is Carl Kramer Insurance. Get a quote at 717-530-8600.
Rate lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage. Insured must meet necessary underwriting guidelines. Premium may change if you make policy changes. Not all products are offered in all states. Patent pending.
Two plays and 63 yards. And it's a 3-score football game now with a 36-19 lead for the Golden Hawks. Alex Sherrill waits at the 10-yard line as Gilly is set to kick it away from the hash mark on the far side of the field. And Gilly boots it. Comes to Philip Torres at the 25. He's out across the 30, spins out across the 35, and goes down at the 38-yard line. Clemmen on the tackle, but a nice return by Torres, and Shippensburg goes to work 1st and 10 at their own 38. I'm sorry.
Estevez, 4 carries, 105 yards in the second half.
5 touchdowns tonight. So here comes the Hounds. Philip Torres is the lone setback, trips to the far side as the Greyhounds move left to right. And off to Torres straight ahead. And Torres will put his head down and get out across the 40 and out close to the 41-yard line, picking up 3 yards before he's met by Frugion. 2nd down and 7.
Well, that was at least a 3-yard gain on 1st down.
This time Hauser comes to the near side. There's running room to the right, and that's where Tripp's set up for Shippensburg. Torres to the near side as Carter Van Sox from the gun. He steps back a couple of steps, throws, and completes the pass out at the 45-yard line to Kane Freidinger. Racine on the tackle. That'll make it 3rd down and just about 2 for Shippensburg as the ball's placed across the 45-yard line of the Hounds. This time Trips come to the near side, and there's running room to that side of the formation. Van Syok barking signals. Steps and throws to the near sideline, and it's in and out of the hands of Freidinger at the 49-yard line. Coverage in there by Sean Burke, along with Racine for the Golden Hawks, so it'll be 4th down, and it looks like they're going to punt it away, Rob.
Yeah, and the natives are getting restless. I hear some people yelling, go for it, go for it.
Estevez waits at about his 40-yard line for the Gustafson punt. Nice snap. Nick punts it over the head of Estevez, who hits inside the 20. He picks it up at the 15, turns back for center of the football field. Look out. 25, 30, 35, 40. 45 looking for blockers, and he's going to finally go down at the 48-yard line. But wow, what a return by Dave Estevez. And I think he just stopped running because he ran out of steam.
Well, you can't blame him. He was trying to get out of bounds so he didn't get hit, and he didn't. But I'll tell you what, that cutback to the center of the field, and he got one nice block, but he just couldn't quite muster any more effort.
So another drive for the Golden Hawks will start at real good field position at their own 48-yard line. 10:23 left to go in the game, and they lead it 36-19.
And Estevez is still winded.
Yeah, he is. Here come the white jerseyed Golden Hawks. Dave Fletcher is going to be in the lone setback. Estevez is still trying to catch his breath. From the gun, 1st and 10. Fletcher gets the call. Tries to turn up the far side. He does cross the midfield. Crosses the 45 and is upended at the 44-yard line. Tackled by Adam Hauser for Shippensburg, but that's a nice 8-yard carry by the Golden Hawk running back, and it's 2nd down and 2.
Quite the 1-2 punch. You got Estevez, and then got Fletcher, a little more of a power runner, obviously, and just he's had a heck of a game, too.
Clock turning, 10:15 left to go in the contest. And the Golden Hawks will take all the time in the world with this 3-score lead. This time 3 men in the backfield. Fletcher gets the call. Tries to turn it up off of right tackle and is met at the line of scrimmage by Nick Wertz. No gain in the play, 3rd down and 2.
They got a big offensive line, too. I'm trying to find a couple of these names and they're not listed, but that's 78 and that's 72. There's some big kid. They're 75.
And we got movement again, and tonight, Zach Hutchinson is just having a tough time anticipating the snap. That's going to be an encroachment call against Shippensburg, and that's going to move the chains and give River Dell a 1st down at the Shippensburg 38-yard line.
Hutchinson's had a decent year so far, but boy, he's just having a tough time tonight, as Scott just mentioned.
Estevez walks over and checks in with his head coach, now has the play. This time 3 wide receivers to the near side. Fletcher's going to be the lone setback. They have running room to the near of the formation. This is Fletcher. Puts his head down, finds an opening down close to the 35-yard line. Ethan Stauffer on the stop, but he'll pick up 4. Does Fletcher, it'll be 2nd down and 6.
I'd imagine the Golden Hawks would just be content on taking as much time as they can between plays. They'd like to get back in that bus and go home.
Well, and with all the time that Shippensburg defense has spent out on the field here in this second half, it's starting to show. They're starting to look a little tired. Trips to the near side. Fake to Fletcher, and Estevez on the quarterback keeper will turn the corner. Get down close to the 30-yard line. Ethan Stauffer again there for Shippensburg, along with Gabriel Long. To pick up about 3, we'll call it 3rd down and 2. Ball just across the Shippensburg 30. And we're down to the 8-minute mark of the game. From the gun this time, Estevez with the takeaway. And this is Fletcher off of right guard this time. And he'll pick up the 1st down as the ball is inside the 25 and down to about the 21-yard line of Shippensburg. Ethan Stauffer and Nick Welts was there for the Hounds. This Greyhound defense is tired.
Yeah, and they're just running over them, around them, through them.
But she do it in 3. She did a good job. Ball's 20 yards in from the far sideline.
Had trouble coming up with the third one.
3 men in the backfield this time behind Estevez with the takeaway. And Fletcher again gets the call. He bounced off of the far edge, and he's going to move the chains one more time. Down close to the 10-yard line goes the big running back. Kosher on the tackle. But they mark his forward progress inside the 10, and it'll be 1st and goal once again for the Golden Hawks.
Really not much to say. I mean, it just...
Yeah, they've just been able to do anything that they wanted to do here in this second half, Rob. They really have. Backs are stacked this time behind Estevez, and they hand the football off to Connor Murphy. And Murphy is hit hard down at the 9-yard line by Ethan Allen and Colby Tracy. 2nd and goal from the 9. Clock continues to turn, 6:30 left to go in the game. Murphy and Fletcher is the tailback behind Estevez with his hands on his hips from the gun. Just counting the clock, waiting for the field judge to put his hand in the air and tell him he's got 5 seconds. Now we've got a whistle. And it looks like Riverdale's going to call a timeout here at 6:12 left to go in the game.
It's their 2nd of the half, not that it probably matters anymore.
Golden Hawks have a 36-19 lead, and they've completely dominated this second half. Hounds played well in the first half, no doubt about that.
Yeah.
But second half, it's been a tale of 2 halves of a football game.
Yeah, they converted when they had to, made some big stops defensively, and only trailed by 2 points at the half. But getting outscored by 7 in the third. It's been total domination by the Golden Hawks here in the fourth quarter.
2nd and 9 after the Golden Hawk timeout. They're running room to the far near side of the formation as they move right to left, and the ball's in the hash mark on the far side. This time Fletcher's the lone setback, but everybody's in tight this time with a double wing. Fakes a handoff, or they broken play. Now they toss the football to Zach Racine, and I'm not sure Racine wasn't supposed to take that handoff, but he didn't know what was going on, and then finally Estevez kind of tossed it to him behind the line of scrimmage, and he had to scramble to fall on the loose football. Penalty marker flies, but the referee waves that penalty marker off, and it's going to be 3rd down and goal now back at the 14-yard line.
Yeah, Wyatt Craig was in the backfield for Shippensburg and disrupted that play. That was a nice play by Craig.
Clock is stopped, 6:02 left to go in the game. So it's 3rd and goal now, and they put the ball back at the 9-yard line. Okay, what was that all about? Oh, okay. Thank you, JD. They said incomplete pass. There's a toss to Racine, who is forced out of bounds at the 5-yard line up the far side. Austin Kosher forcing Racine out of bounds, but it's going to be 4th and goal at about the 6 now for the Golden Hawks.
Yeah, Racine, he's a junior. Fletcher's a junior. So they have some good kids coming back, but of course they do lose their quarterback.
Everybody's in tight with a double wing formation. Excuse me. Now they bring Racine as the tailback behind Fletcher. Estevez from the gun. Hands the football off, fakes the football to Fletcher, and he's going to be spun down for a loss at the 13-yard line. The whistle blows the ball dead. Nice play in there by Shippensburg's Christian Bortz. The ball will go over on downs. As Estevez was spun to the ground, the ball squirted out, but he's already on the ground and the whistle had blown. So Shippensburg will take over 1st and 10 the ball just outside their 10-yard line.
It was some deceptive moves there by.
Yeah, I'm not sure. On that series of plays, there's a lot of confusion in the Golden Hawk backfield. Here come the Hounds. Inside handoff to Philip Torres. This time the opener inside will pick up a first down out across the 20 and out to the 21-yard line. McGrinder on the tackle, but that moves the first down marker for Shippensburg. Hounds without a huddle. Trips to the near side, running room to that side of the formation. Torres the lone setback. Van Sock wants to throw. He looks to the near sideline to Kane Freidinger, who makes the catch out at the 39-yard line. What a nice over-the-shoulder catch by Kane Freidinger. Coverage led in there by Racine, but another first down for the Hounds.
That was another great pass. Yes, it was.
Beautiful pass and a beautiful catch by Freidinger. From the 40. Trips to the far side. Van Syok to throw up the far sideline. Looks for a receiver, and he's got Freidinger in River Dell territory at the 42-yard line. Another nice throw and another nice catch and a first down for Shippensburg.
There was two men in the backfield for Riverdale trying to get to Carter Van Sock, and he just backed and backed and back and threw the ball off his back leg. Threw it a long way and a nice pass.
1st and 10, Shippensburg at the 42 of the Hawks. Trips to the near side. Again, Van Syok wants to throw. Looking for Jacob Lau at about the 36-yard line, but Lau had not turned around in time to see that pass coming. So the pass is incomplete, and it's 2nd down and 10.
And I believe Aaron Furneaux might have got a piece of Van Syok's arm as he threw the ball.
Hounds have running room to the near side as the ball's on the hash mark to the far. Trips come to the near side. Torres the lone setback. He hands the football off to Torres on the delay, and Torres crosses the 40 and is wrapped up by Connor Murphy at the 36-yard line of the Hawks. Picking up 5, it'll be 3rd down and 5. 4:20 left to go in the game with the Hounds on the move here, trailing by 3 scores. Van Syok steps and throws, and the catch is made by Nick Gustafson at the 34-yard line. Connor Murphy again on the stop. It's going to be a 4-yard pickup on the pass play. It'll be 4th down and 1. Trips will set up to the far side of the formation where they have running room. Clock moving, 3:50 left to go in the game. 36-19 Riverdale. Van Syok with the takeaway. He steps and throws, and he makes the catch, does Adam Hauser at the 30-yard line, and that'll pick up a Shippensburg first down. Kleiman on the tackle. The Shippensburg Hounds are moving the ball here just inside the Hawk 30-yard line. Another throw to Adam Hauser by Carter Van Syok down inside the 25, down to the 23-yard line. Sirico on the stop. That'll pick up 6, and it'll be 2nd down and 4. Hauser's to the near side of Van Syok. Van Syok steps and looks into the end zone for the outstretched hands of Jacob Lau, and it's just incomplete. And the clock is stopped with 3:04 left to go in the game.
And Louis had a step on his defender, but Carter couldn't quite get him the ball.
So it's 3rd down now and 4. Adam Hauser limping a little bit, jogs to the far side of the formation. And now they've got the little confusion in the Shippensburg offensive set here. The trips will set up to the near side. Van Syok steps, throws, and it's batted down at the line of scrimmage. Coming up to bat that down was Kleiman, and it's incomplete, and it's 4th down.
Yeah, as you mentioned, it's got 3 receivers to the near side, and that's where Carter was going, but a nice play by Kleiman.
Ball resting at the 23-yard line of Riverdale. 4th down and 4. Carter Van Zyl from the gun. Steps, throws over the middle, and it's batted down at the 20-yard line. Pass was intended for Gustafson, but broken up very nicely by McGrinder, who's been burned a couple times tonight by the Shippensburg offense, but not that time, and the ball's going to go over on downs.
Well, Shippensburg had a nice drive going with a couple nice runs. Philip Torres and Hauser with another couple catches, but incomplete pass on 4th down and less than 3 minutes to go.
So here come the Golden Hawks. Put on a pretty show here in this second half. Racine and Fletcher will set up in an I behind Estevez with the snap. He puts the football into the belly of Fletcher, and Fletcher scoots out to the 40-yard line and picks up a first down. 14-yard carry by Fletcher. Austin Kozier on the stop. And we've got a Golden Hawk down back behind the original line of scrimmage, and that's going to stop the clock with 2:50 left to go in the game.
You can just look at the defense for Shippensburg.
Yeah, they're just exhausted.
Yeah. Colby Tracy just kind of had his hands on getting on the knee because the injured player, but they are just pooped.
That's Asheem Green, who is down. He's no little guy either, Rob. He's only 6'2", 315 pounds. And the Hound defense is down on one knee or sitting on the ground, as they've been picked apart here in the second half by a pretty impressive offensive the Golden Hawks.
And Adam Hauser looks really tired.
Yeah, he's favoring that ankle too.
Josh Connor in the game.
Adam.
Unable to put any weight on that one ankle.
Yeah, it's going to take about 3 people to help him off. Now he's able to put a little bit more on it. He twisted it pretty good. So when play resumes, it's going to be 1st down and 10 at the 39-yard line of the Golden Hawks. With 2:50 left to go, and they lead it 36-19. Next Friday night, we head up the road to Mifflin County. And it doesn't get any easier. Rob Ebersole and J.D. Davidson will be giving you the call next Friday night. Is that what you wanted to hear, J.D.? Yes, I will.
I was going to mention that. Taking his annual visit down south. And we have to go north.
1st and 10 for the Hawks. Fletcher the lone setback. Estevez is going to take all the time off the clock he can. Waits for the field judge to put his hand in the air. Now he'll take the snap from the gun. And he hands off to Fletcher. Fletcher off the far side, puts his head down across the 45 and gets down to the 46-yard line. Long on the tackle. 8-yard carry, 2nd down and 2. Shippensburg will go to 3-2 on the season. And River Dell goes to 4-0.
And why are Estevez and Fletcher still playing?
2nd down and 2. Again, Riverdale taking as much time off the clock as necessary. Field judge puts his arm in the air, and Estevez puts the ball into the hands of Fletcher, who is twisting and turning, but it looks like he's going to get the 1st down out at the 49-yard line. Tracy on the tackle, along with Hutchinson. But that's another 1st down for the Hawks. And we're down to 1 minute, 25 seconds left to go in the game.
I don't know who their backup quarterback is, but you'd think the coach would want to get him a couple reps.
Obviously not in his head. This time Fletcher is to the near side of Estevez. They send the man in motion, and they put the ball into that motion man, who's Andrew Sanchez, and Sanchez will turn across midfield and go down at the 49-yard line of Shippensburg. Coming up to make the stop for Shippensburg was Colby Tracy. Picks up 3. Stauffer also in on the tackle, so it'll be 2nd down and 7. 35 seconds left to go in the game. Shippensburg can start thinking about Mifflin County next week.
Yeah, Mifflin County hasn't won a game yet this year.
With the last play of the ball game, Estevez is under center. He takes a knee. And Riverdale has crossed the Delaware River, come into Shippensburg, and picks up a 36-19 victory tonight over the Shippensburg Greyhounds. The Hounds will go to 3-2, 0-1 in the Colonial Division, as they pick up a game next week in the Colonial Division against Mifflin County. Final score here tonight was Riverdale 36 and Shippensburg 19.
Timmins Oil Incorporated of Orrstown has been proudly serving the local area for over 35 years with quality fuel oil, diesel fuel, and kerosene products at reasonable prices. The Timmins folks invite you to call now and arrange convenient fuel oil delivery for the upcoming heating season. Call Timmins Oil at 532-3740. That's 532-3740. Or stop in and say hello at 12901 Mountain Road in Orrstown. The Timmins family encourages all drivers to exercise extra caution on the roads now that the kids are back in school. Parents, remember to take the time to become involved in your children's school activities. And this fall and always, save a life. Please don't drink and drive. Remember, for extra convenient fuel oil delivery this winter, call Timmins Oil of Orrstown now at 532-3740. That's Timmins Oil at 532-3740. The Timmins family is proud to be part of our Cumberland and Franklin County communities. And go Greyhounds!
For breakfast, lunch, or dinner, Kathy's Deli, West King Street in Shippensburg is the place. Delicious breakfast selections, and for lunch and dinner, create your own sandwiches, hoagies, wraps, or salads. 3 hot soups as well as a hot meal special are available every day. Plus, Kathy's fresh baked goods and delicious dessert specials are the best. Voted #1 since 2004. Enjoy wonderful hometown atmosphere, delicious food, and friendly service at Kathy's Deli, West King Street in Shippensburg. Your next breakfast, lunch, or dinner should be at Kathy's Deli.
You have auto insurance because, let's face it, stuff happens. And then you feel punished with a rate hike after filing a claim? Erie Rate Lock changes all that. With Rate Lock from Erie Insurance, your low rate stays great until you change cars, drivers, or your address. Your Erie agent in Shippensburg is Carl Kramer Insurance. Get a quote at 717-530-8600.
Rate lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage. Insured must meet necessary underwriting guidelines. Premium may change if you make policy changes. Not all products are offered in all states. Patent pending.
Every day, the Shippensburg News Chronicle makes it their business to cover local news. From breaking news to features, from local government to sports, the News Chronicle lives and breathes Shippensburg. In today's fast-paced world, there are many ways to stay informed and connected with the News Chronicle. The print edition, the online website subscription, or the easy-to-read e-edition. To subscribe and select what fits your lifestyle, visit shipnc.com. Since 1844, the News Chronicle has been reporting on the people and the news of the Shippensburg area. Keep in touch today at shipnc.com.
Well, we didn't know a lot about River Dell coming into the game. We did know that they had a potent offense and that they've been a strong contender in the northern New Jersey area for at least 10 years or more with their football program. And Shippensburg hung tough in the first half, but Riverdale just simply dominated in the second half.
Yeah, just too much talent, and obviously led by Estevez with his 5 touchdowns. It saw something really cool at the end there. You know, the teams always shake hands, and the last 2 people to talk were Carter Van Syck and Estevez, the 2 quarterbacks. And Carter had a pretty good game himself, and that was kind of cool that they patted each other on the back and probably wished each other well for the rest of the year. So that was kind of neat. JD, your thoughts real quick?
Well, it was a very entertaining football game. One thing we talked about at halftime, Shippensburg had to tackle better in the second half to stay in the ball game. and they didn't do that. They had that one opportunity where they did stop them, but then River Dell, they rose to the occasion on their defense and forced us 3 plays and punt, and then it just was a nasty snowball the last half of the third quarter and the fourth quarter for the Shippensburg Greyhounds.
Yeah, and too much Estevez.
Yep, and he's a very special talent there out in the field and so forth, and we just had no answer for him tonight.
Okay, let's talk the stats.
Okay, for the visiting Riverdale, 35 rushes, 328 yards. Estevez, 21 carries for 156 yards. And Mr. Fletcher, he chipped in 20 for 164. Estevez, 6 for 11, 48 yards passing. For the Greyhounds, 30 rushes, 64 yards. Philip Torres, 16 for 50. Carter Van Syok, 21 passes, completed 34 attempted for 222 yards. Kane Freininger, 9 catches, 129 yards. And Adam Hauser, the second was 6 with 47 yards in the ball game for the Greyhounds.
Thank you, JD. Next week at Mifflin County, we'll be on the air at 6:45 on Friday night. Just want to wish cousin Scott a safe trip and a lot of fun down south for the next week. And this is coverage of Shippensburg High School football as an exclusive and copyrighted feature of SC Sportsnet and the Shippensburg High School Athletic Department. And the use of the descriptions and accounts without the consent of SC Sportsnet and the Shippensburg Area Senior High School is strictly prohibited. Once again, the final score, Riverdale 36, Shippensburg 19. You've been listening to coverage of Shippensburg Greyhound football on SC Sportsnet. Good night, everyone.